What's good, boys?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello, hello. Um,
Yeah.
It is now officially comfy hour.
Yep, pretty much. All right.
Nobody's getting body slammed through the tables anymore. We are here to kill some monsters, I guess.
Yep. And I guess we'll just get going. We'll leave off. We'll start off exactly where we left off last time. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Let me quickly figure out what the hell we're doing on this fine day. We're just gonna go fishing, and we'll use the start of this run to kind of recap what we did last run. So pretty much we did the first 3 dungeons, and now we're on the way to the 4th island. It's gonna be a nightmare for Star. I can already tell you.
Oh, are we gonna like go sleep a bunch or?
Well, not quite yet. We're gonna get to that later. But yeah, the TLDR of the story so far. We're trying to save the prince. The prince is cursed. We've kind of started to
All right then, let's go.
to get friendly with the guy who did curse him, and we're doing some sneaky business, basically. So currently, we're on our way to the 4th dungeon, 4th area. A Gauntlet runner has currently evolved so that we can actually swim there. We did fight a giant octopus just before we finished, and now there's going to be a good amount of comfy stuff happening for at least the first 15 minutes of the run, I want to say. And then we're going to go straight into the dungeon after. Pretty much just finishing a little bit of setup for the rest of the run, and we're going straight to battle.
I think that means we've got like 15 minutes to explain the mechanics of a JRPG with a 6-hour estimate.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm gonna fire away some questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I think, although maybe I'm reading notes wrong, that in the near future we're going to be doing some activities to increase certain social stats.
That is correct.
Let's have a quick rundown on that, because we were doing a bunch of that, especially near the end of part 1, to unlock certain things going forward. So let's have a quick recap, and then let's get some information on what we've got to look forward to from that.
Yeah, so basically, if you've played a Persona game before, similar to Confidence and Social Links, you also have followers in this game. Some are locked behind social stats. And for the first half of the run, we've increased them a lot, and now we're kind of at the part where we're almost done with that. However, we have one more social stat that we need to raise a bunch, and that will be the early objective of part 2. Which is Courage. Unfortunately, we need Courage rank 5, which is the highest, so it's gonna take quite a bit. But we have a very good setup for that. It is unfortunately just not very diverse. It is very repetitive to get that going.
All right then, let's go.
At the end of part 1, we leveled up some skills. One skill in particular that I can't remember which one it was, but I think we were using that to unlock something that's going to be helping us out the rest of the way. What did we grab beforehand?
You mean we leveled up followers, or?
We were leveling up a skill and leveling up a follower to rank 7, I believe.
Yeah, so we're leveling up Alonso, which has the Faker archetype.
Yes.
In this game, the classes are effectively archetypes. Every character can have all of them throughout the game. And they're locked behind followers or story progression. Alonso, his archetype is entirely useless for the speedrun. Well, it is just not very good for the speedrun, let's put it like that. So the main reason why we're actually getting him is to increase or decrease the cost of our synthesis abilities, which, as an example, if you've played FF9, you know, Vivian Steiner can do like a combo attack, and it's similar to this. And reducing the cost of that is very good, because the main damaging moves are synthesis abilities in the speedrun. But yeah, Alonso has a lot of stat requirements, so here we are. Also, this is why I said it's going to be a nightmare for you, all the box heads.
These people weird me out.
And we're on their island.
Yes, but you said just for the people at home that aren't really familiar with the mechanics, you said the cost of synthesis attacks, and if I heard that out of context, I would imagine that you're talking about MP, but I don't believe you are. I think you're talking about the like turns that it takes.
Yes, correct.
So let's have a quick rundown on like the turn system.
Yeah, 1 second. I need to grab an item for the quest. Now that we arrived on the island, we went to the Dragon Temple because the priestess was taken there. Give me 1 second. Alright, hanging out with Alonso, the guy we've been talking about for a while. Alright, so we arrived on the island. The princess was taken to the Dragon Temple as a sacrifice, but we think that's bollocks. We're having none of that. Even though it's these people's thing, but we're not doing that. We're not letting that happen. Alright, we're also buying some info from this informant about a specific tower, which we kind of have to do now because we need to go to this camp that you can see at the bottom left currently to pass some time later on. But yeah, so synthesis abilities have costs. If you've played a Shin Megami Tensei game, one of the newer ones, they have a press turn system. Effectively, per character in your party, you have a 1 press turn. So if you have a full party of 4, you will have 4 turn icons. If you crit an enemy or hit their weakness, your action only consumes half a press turn.
All right, go.
Likewise, if you miss, or if the enemy dodges, then you will lose 2 press turns. The way synthesis work is they take 1 turn for each of the characters involved in it, and the item that we're going to get later from Alonso is going to reduce that by 1 period, which is very strong. And yeah, so now we're on the way to the camp just before the tower that we unlocked. And the reason why we're doing that is because, first of all, we still need to fish a little bit for some of the cooking that we have to do later on. And second of all, it is the easiest and fastest way to... this is a random encounter that is not actually random. It is guaranteed to happen. And we either escape or we don't, and of course we did not escape. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna retry the battle because the first turn is always the same. He will summon this guy and then that guy's gonna do 1 attack and he's gonna use hyper. By restarting, I make sure that I don't accidentally die because that would be horrendous. Okay. So not good. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there's unfortunately no good way of killing this guy, so I have to run away, but it's just not working. But yeah, so we're gonna go to the camp, and the activities on the Gauntlet Runner, whenever you're going somewhere, they take up days. And at the camp...
Oh god.
This is horrendous.
No archetype that you can merge flee from on Nev.
No, there's no actual flee.
Yes.
There is a follower that increases the escape chance, but we're not actually leveling the follower high enough to actually get that trait.
We're surrounded.
There's no way out of this.
This is just actually ridiculous.
I was told this would come underestimate.
We will be, but
You start the time?
Jesus. I've never been in this fight this long. Like, this is actually a first.
Are you telling me...
Has this never happened before?
Hey. You can get that on a shirt, by the way. You donate $46.
Speaking of shorts, be right back.
We'll get out of this. This is the one, for real.
Cope. Cope. Hey, you're welcome.
Wow, this took way too long. Alright. We're gonna make a quick pit stop at Salento. We're gonna buy a couple of things here.
Very specifically, Tech was clapping for us there. Tech
no,
who's
bias
aware of the current time.
All right. Hey,
Glorious host, throw one over.
We bought a couple of archetype experience items as well as some bath salt. And speaking of bathing, that is exactly what we're gonna do now.
So anyway, speaking of shards, ready?
All right.
Let's go.
That was terrible.
It's a shard. It doesn't exactly throw very well.
It's also upside
It's also upside down.
Hey, man. ESA Summer 25.
ESA
What
brand.
does it say?
It says...
It says right here, never happened before around the globe.
I just want to point out we got another random encounter. This one is
Can you press
actually
play?
random.
Oh,
I think he's killing this one.
that one was faster.
So anyway, back
No,
back
I'm
on
actually
track.
running away from this one, or I'm attempting to anyways. Because if this one fails, the elemental will run away anyways, so we win regardless.
Is the gold elemental like a
It-
treasure goblin?
Kind of. It gives a lot of mag, but not a lot of experience.
Yeah. Like a treasure goblin would.
Yeah, kind of. All right. We bought a couple of bath salts. Bath salts are. That is not what I wanted to do.
All right then.
Bath salts are put in the bath whenever you're taking one during the evening on the Gauntlet runner. And the one that we bought gives us +2 magic permanently. And we bought 3 of them because that's the amount of times that we can actually utilize the bath from here on out.
How high can that stack
You can only buy 10.
in the entire game ever?
You can theoretically get. There's an item called like Strength Incense, Magic Incense, etc. You can get permanent stats from those as well, but the bath salts, I'm pretty sure most of them are very limited
Let's go.
in that regard. For example, this one you can buy 10 off and that's it. And I don't think there is another one that gives you pure magic. There's one that gives you all stats, there's some that give you agility, strength, etc.
Yeah, it's just any game where you find an item that gives you a consumable permanent stat increase.
Pretty much.
The systems around that need to be extremely restrained.
Yes. Also, we stopped at this camp now, so we're not going to move anywhere. We're just on the Gauntlet Runner, and we will just be reading the same book over and over
Let's go.
to increase our courage. Top secret poetry. Do not read.
Now then.
So this gives us a lot of courage. We still actually need rank 5, so it's going to take a little bit. In fact, I think we're staying here until 8:27 in game. If you missed part 1 or
All right.
if you forgot, the way this game works is you go through a calendar, and every single in-game day you have a day and night activity outside of story ones, which prevent you from doing anything on that day. And you can do whatever the hell you want, basically. And that's what we're doing. We're utilizing those to get courage up. And that is going to be the last bit of setup, more or less, that we need for the rest of the game.
All right. Go.
It's unfortunately not the most engaging part, especially at the start of part 2, but we didn't really have a choice on how we could split this
All right,
better.
let's head there right away.
This gives us some time to go through and explain things. I was
Yes.
specifically interested because you were saying the basalts are giving you magic.
All right.
Yes.
We noted in part 1 that we were doing a magic route, whereas like the pre-existing route before this was a physical route.
Yes.
Is there like a similar mechanic? Is this something that's like influenced the decision?
Yeah, so that same shop also has strength bath
Okay.
salts.
Okay.
So both routes can just buy theirs there and then be done with it pretty much.
Let's
Okay.
go.
You want to talk a little bit more about the idea between going for magic and the old route of going for physical and
Yes, so
that?
I think in a perfect world, physical is probably a couple minutes faster. However, if you've watched part 1, physical is very repetitive. It starts the same early game and it doesn't really change much at all.
All
So
right.
in terms of a marathon showcase, I think it is actually not as good as a magic route because the magic route actually has a lot of variety when it comes to the strats, especially because it does also use some physical strats that the physical route is using, which is kind of a byproduct of magic not being as great as physical early on in the game. Also, this is the only time we're not reading a book. Instead, we're hanging out with Stroll. He does also give courage, however, he gives 1 point less. The reason why we're doing this is because whenever you get
Let's go.
a rank up on a social stat, it gives this whole animation of like, oh, you've just ranked up. And we don't want that. So by hanging out with Stroll and just skipping the cutscene, we completely avoided that and saved some time.
Nice, nice. We don't have many of these boring ass cycles left, based on the notes. I'm hoping that you don't scroll down and I see read book 4 top secret poetry after that
No.
return
no.
home.
After that, we're just gonna get Alonso rank 7, buy all the stuff for the next dungeon, and then we're going straight into the dungeon pretty much.
And is that we're basically in go mode for the rest of the game?
More or less, yeah.
More or less, that's good. Yeah.
But what you don't know yet is what's after the dungeon.
Yeah. Long arc.
Because unfortunately, since we have to do all of the setting up early in the run, the late game is going to be a lot of just advancing days in between.
Oh,
the
right, because
stuff.
like the time cycle of the in-game universe hasn't advanced enough for
Yes.
movements to have happened, things to be in play.
And
We're
we
gonna
can't,
be doing things too
Yes.
early for the next thing to happen.
correct. And we can't just like completely skip multiple days at once. That unfortunately does not work. I wish it did. That would make the run a lot faster actually. But we can't. All right, this is going to be the last 2 books that we're reading, and then we're actually going to go back to the island.
Let's talk a little bit. We're going to be playing a lot of mage, I assume, but there's some other what I would call classes, what this game calls archetypes.
Yes.
What's our party variation looking like? Because I don't think we're just like quadruple stacked mage.
Let's go.
We're gonna have a bunch of, for the next bits, we're gonna have a bunch of mage, commander, masked dancer, pretty much.
Mage commander, what dancer?
Masked dancer, which
Oh.
is Juna's
Yes. How did
signature
spell it?
archetype.
Time marches on.
Unfortunately, to unlock that, you have to unlock her as a follower, and that doesn't really work without going to an extra dungeon. We don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's slow, and we don't need to either. Alright.
So courage rank 5, so we can
What should I do?
finally proceed. I think we've speech 100'd at this point.
Sorry, say again?
I think we're speech 100 at this point. Right, we're maxed out on all of our stats.
Yeah, we have all the social stats that we need for the rest of the run.
Oh, we have all. So I just meant courage, but we have all of them.
We have all of the social stats
Let's
that we
go.
need for the rest of the run. So now we'll also get Alonso rank 7 here. And this is also going to be the last rank that we're, the last follower rank that we're increasing. Point. Alright. So after this, we're going to do a little bit of shopping. And then on the next suitable day, we're going to go into the dungeon, which I believe is 9/1. So 2 days after.
If I remember correctly, and I don't know if this is just lined up coincidentally or if you've planned this
Yes?
figuratively and literally weeks in advance, but don't we get a discount on the 29th of a month?
Yes, we do. And that's why we're doing the shopping here.
All right.
Let's go.
That was not where I wanted to
Is it-
teleport, but it's fine. Now that we're here, we're just going to do it in a different order.
Is this coincidentally 8/29 or?
Uh,
Oh my god, this game uses American dates. Why
It-
did it take me 3.5 hours to realize that? Why are you using them? I guess it makes sense. Getting off your screen.
Alright, yeah, we,
What now? I'll show you the essence of truth. Good. I'm still getting
we're going to max out mage here with our archetype items, our archetype experience items,
new
because we'll
possibilities.
need this. We'll also fix the party, or removing Hulkenberg, adding Juna, and then we're buying 3 of these.
Yeah, indeed.
Uh,
All right then. Now then,
And now we're going to the Sandy Coast instead. It's a little bit in the wrong order, but it's kind of interchangeable. Doesn't really matter that much. So we have to buy a couple of monster bones here for our cooking. And then we're heading over to Bryal Haven
Let's go.
Mag Exchange. Because we're a little bit low on mag. Or we're a little bit low on money. So we're going to check with the Coronation Rock, which is our passive mag income, more or less. Based on our popularity, we keep getting mag every day. So we're selling all of it, and then we're just going to go back.
Let's go.
And we'll sleep. Again, similar to the previous time, if you sleep during the day, you will spawn in the inn already during the night. It is incredibly convenient. Just that saves us time having to go back to the inn during the evening.
The age of a new king draws nearer.
On the next day, we'll finally buy the utilitarian manuals, which is the item that decreases the synthesis cost. And then the day after, we'll head to the dungeon. Unfortunately, the Gloam Hall is only open during the night, so we'll have to actually sleep during the day to advance time.
All right. Where to?
Alright. Alright, we're also buying a couple of throwable items here, and then 3 utilitarian manuals on Ice Mage Juna, I believe. Let's see, Ice Mage.
These manuals being mage weapons, yes.
Let's go.
Sorry, say again?
These utilitarian manuals are mage weapons, yeah?
No, they're accessories.
Oh, mage accessories. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So you have them in addition to like your main armor, your secondary armor, and your weapon.
It's a ring. You have a sword, a helm, a chest, and some rings.
I guess you could look
Yeah,
at it
yeah,
that way
yeah.
if you want, yeah. Alright. Now for the dungeon.
All right.
Let's go.
So, on the way to the dungeon, we'll finally cook some more. We've had a little bit of cooking in the first part, but now the cooking is going to be for incredibly broken items. Because I don't know if you remember, the one thing that we cooked was something that cures all status ailments from your entire party, but that is not nearly as broken
All right, go.
compared to what we were about to get. Alright, so we're cooking some finisher noodles, and they're basically doing exactly what they say they're doing. They're finishing off everything. Essentially, if you use a finisher noodle and then you hit an enemy in the overworld, it will die in one hit. No matter its level, no matter anything. It will immediately die.
Are we going to be using this for like some kind of XP farming, or are we using this just to run through areas more? Bit of both.
A combination of both.
Combination of
We'll use it to kill stuff on the way that is worth a decent amount of experience.
All right.
Do we care about anything else that they give us? Or are we like a drop
they-
farming or mag money farming?
No, I mean, mag and money is the same as experience, right? Like, you just get the same as if you killed them normally in battle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright, so we did the quest earlier to unblock, to like, wake this guy up. Alright, this is the first time we see Juna in action. We did burn the guy, that is important, otherwise we cannot kill them in the turns that we have. And yeah, mage goes blue. I get a bit of magic going here.
Intoxicating. Pushing forward.
Alright.
What do you think?
Neviutz has brought up one of the maps of a lifetime on the monitor next to me. Why does this map look like a combination of runes?
Because it is multiple rooms.
I said
What
runes.
now?
Oh.
There they are.
Alright, as you can see, everything dies in one hit here.
How's that?
3,300 max, 700 experience for hitting something for like 10 seconds. Pretty solid. This is basically how we're going to get levels throughout the rest of the run, aside from the boss experience, obviously. I'll be completely honest, I often actually forget the way here, so just gonna make sure to look at my trusty map as to not waste time. Basically, this is like a dark maze. If you go into the wrong, onto the wrong set of stairs, and you try to like go down or up, it will just teleport you back to where you started, pretty much. Alright, we're just picking up a couple treasures on the way. Nothing too fancy, just a couple of like sellable items. And we're also about to get a very strong commander weapon, which we'll be using for a little bit from here on. Physical route obviously doesn't get this because they don't do magic stuff. Alright, now we'll actually make use of the getting teleported back if you get lost. Because it just teleports us back straight to where we need to go. Conveniently enough.
We must have gotten away.
Alright, this should be the one if I'm not mistaken. Yep. The later dungeons are pretty much just similar to the early dungeons. You pretty much just run through, avoid most of the stuff, with the exception of using finisher noodles on the relevant things. Like the worthwhile things, I should say.
How long do these finisher noodles last?
30 seconds. And they do not deplete during cutscenes or changing areas,
Door
etc.
Indeed.
30 seconds of character movement.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How many were we able to cook?
Time to go.
We cooked 4, but because of Maria's trait, Maria's a follower, we actually got 5 because we always get 1 extra when we cook. Thanks to Maria.
Is there any reason that we didn't also, like, beyond time efficiency? Is there any reason that we couldn't cook 1 at a time and get 2
We
each
could.
time and
We
get
could.
8? But it's obviously it's faster to
Yeah,
like, press the
that's
cook.
correct.
It's faster to press cook 4 than to press cook 1 4 times and get 8.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not that much slower, and there is actually one point in the run where I'll utilize that and make an extra, like cook twice during one session. Or well, not during one session, once during the day, once during the evening. Just so we got one additional one, which isn't actually required, but I kind of want it as like a safety net in case I messed up or something goes wrong and I need 1 extra. Alright, for the people that played Etrian Odyssey, this dungeon is pretty much from that game, more or less. I wouldn't know, I've never played it, I've just heard that it is. It's a pretty fun dungeon casually though. Speedrun-wise, you just skip everything. Take every shortcut you can, you don't even see half of the dungeon. So yeah.
How much can there be in the way of shortcuts? There's not, from what I've seen, really much in the way of movement tech. Do you mean like hidden shortcuts that are like actually made by the devs, or?
Yeah, so our objective here is to power these elevators so we can actually get to the lowest level of Dragon Grace Shijuku, or whatever the hell this was called again. And casually you would go around the entire dungeon, go to a lower floor, take different elevators, this and that. But we're skipping most of that and just getting very specific elevators. And like I said, we're not even seeing half of the map. Okay, we'll start with this one. There's a long way and a short way here. We're just going to take the short way, obviously. These guys are going to blow each other up. 52 experience, insane. I have to remember to do one thing, and I think I'll actually do it now before I forget. We'll have to inherit something on Commander later on, so I'll do it now so I don't forget it. Skill inheritance, we talked a little bit about this in part 1. So finisher noodle time.
Right there.
This is the elemental that we escaped from earlier, or that escaped from us earlier.
Forward.
That was very close. I did not lock on, so I didn't actually charge into him, and then he almost hit me. That would have been terrible. But yeah, they give a lot of mag, and mag is currently what we need.
If so.
I had to roll away just in case. Waiting for these butterflies to come down.
I have never known such heights.
And we should... I didn't pay attention, but we should be level 31. I will double check here. Actually, it doesn't matter. There's nothing I can do about it, even if we're not. So. Were you
Find out
the...
when we get there.
Sorry?
We'll find out when we get there. I mean, what's the damage range?
What now? Commander!
Should be fine.
So much for not checking.
No, I had to equip Commander.
Ah.
I didn't actually check. I didn't see.
I was gonna
wasn't
say I
looking for it.
didn't see it either. But
Yeah.
like maybe your eyes are faster than mine because you know
No.
exactly where you're looking.
All right, so this is a little bit of a maze, and we have to chase this guy down. But he's just going to run away from us. So the way we're doing it is we're lowering these gates so that he has to go a very specific path, and eventually he will just be stuck. This is not the fastest way of doing it. Doing it in a different set of doors is faster. However, there is a chance to catch him early in this one, which then it is faster. However, I have been able to replicate it, but I've not been able to get it consistently. So unfortunately, we did not get it, so we had to go all the way around. And this guy is not difficult. He's just very tanky for no reason.
Absolutely obscene when you said we need to chase this guy and a set of ears with a sword in between them appears.
Yeah, it's a set of ears with
A large kitchen knife?
a large knife, sword, whatever.
Thank you.
All right, so we're using Beacon to give the party Luster Candy. It's +1 of each buff, and then we're using throwable items for his weakness to get extra turns and also to damage him, because unironically, just throwing items on this guy is one of the most efficient ways of killing this guy, because he is just so tanky.
Figure it out now. Come on.
Guards up.
I messed this up, but we'll be fine.
Has this got anything to do with us being or not being level 31?
No. I just did the wrong thing, that's all. So if you get him below 50%, he will use Breath of Battle, which is a +3 attack, +3 defense. And that kind of sucks. But luckily, Buster Blast maneuver from Commander makes it so they have less accuracy. And we're also at +3 evasion, so that kind of works out.
Are you, knowing that he's going to get a large defense buff at 50%, are you like trying to time your damage so that you can get
Yeah,
to
exactly. Like
51, 52, and then hit a big hit right before he gets the buff?
I wasn't supposed to actually
All right.
attack him with main character on that previous set of turns, but I kind of forgot about that. So I ended up doing that, got him below 50, and then we had this thing. So I'm equipping Mage here for the couple of enemies that I'm going to kill later. Not because Commander isn't suitable, but whenever an archetype is maxed, every 1000 experience, you will generate a Hero's Leaf of Light, or whatever the hell it's called. Either way, it gives you 1000 archetype experience. And the reason why I'm swapping back to Mage is so that we generate more of them, and we can use them on different archetypes instead. But yeah, so killing the ear guy, we powered the one elevator by using the switch now. And now we're gonna go down to the last bit of elevators. Straight ahead here. There's a last set of maps here.
I just want to note really quickly, supposedly a viewer at home is an actual Metaphor ReFantazio developer. But
Really?
we've got a legitimate Metaphor developer in Twitch chat, assuming that people don't go on the internet and tell lies.
What now?
But it's never happened before.
Yep,
There-
people on the internet that do not lie.
People on the internet do not tell lies, but apparently have
But if
legitimate
that is
actual
true,
real
that is,
Atlas Metaphor ReFantazio developer in chat.
that is amazing.
I'm sorry for what Nev's gonna do to this game.
Yeah, I'm sorry for kind of breaking the game.
I see the enemy.
All right, we used the noodle there to kill all these high experience enemies, pretty much. We're ignoring these, and this Evil Eye Talisman is detrimental. We have to get this. Like, it is imperative that we get this. My god.
What now?
So we're using the noodle here, and this is the last one. I cannot mess up now, because otherwise I will not get the full experience.
Did we like miss a roll and have to run a backup there?
No. I should still be fine.
You were saying?
Juna's struggling with her anxiety. Don't let her get
Couldn't escape. Yeah, this one is a little bit annoying, but there's not a whole lot I can do. I think at this point it is faster to just die.
locked out here. Gotta get back on track. This'll get
Do you remember like 2 minutes ago when I said I'm very sorry for what I did to your game, and now your entire party's dead for I think the first time in the entire run?
But yeah. Nah, it's fine. The game autosaves whenever you pick up an item, and I'm pretty sure I picked up an item
Evil Eye
before.
Talisman?
Yeah. I picked up an item before I used the last noodle, so we should be
Yes, we picked up the talisman before we used
Yeah.
it though. Because we then like came around the corner and
Yeah, actually, it
Golden's
was
round as well. Yeah, but still we came around this corner.
Where is that guy going? Okay, all these cycles are completely different now, but whatever. We'll just roll with it.
Vibes-based speedrunning.
There they are.
Surely we have like some cycle reset as we open the store. These mobs are in the same place.
This time we're actually getting it.
Treasure Goblin dies. Oh, that's a lot of things we just got.
Yep.
It's not a Treasure Goblin, but I'm calling it a Treasure Goblin because I forgot what it's actually called.
It's just an elemental.
A Gold Elemental.
Yeah, this one was gold.
Gold Elemental, yeah.
Alright, now I have a second to actually read.
But then
Then I'll need to.
Mr. Developer, don't look at that.
Yeah, don't look at that. That was.
No, he's not a developer, he's a writer, so we're good.
something if
Sorry?
you try.
It's a writer. It's a writer.
Oh,
for
okay.
Fantasy. Unfortunately, as I said hello, we appear to have went to an ad break. So like I just wanted to note that we have a member of the staff team at Atlas that worked
Yeah.
on Metaphor ReFantazio. I did say earlier I'm sorry for what we were going to do to this game.
Yeah, and then I game
well,
over immediately.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then we game over immediately. But like a lot of the time, when you find people who have worked on games, then like reacting to a speedrun of the game, it's developers of the
Yeah.
game, and they were like, "Look, you coded this, but we're sorry for what we do to it." That's not the case, but in this case, we have a writer. So thanks for the skip cutscene button and the fast flashing text.
Yep. Also, thanks for the actually very good story in this game. It's very enjoyable. Alright, I had to grab the safe room because we actually have to come back here way later in the game. And in my very first run that I ever did, I made a mistake of not grabbing that safe room, and that was the longest walk of shame I've ever had. Alright, main character's back on Commander, and By the theme of how this run has been going, it's probably not going to go very well. But if this goes very well, then we're adding Juna and Heismate to the party here. If this goes well, then this guy will get destroyed. Okay, good start. We haven't missed. A Vigor to buff everyone. Hellfire Dance gives a fire weakness, a one-time fire weakness. We're utilizing that with main character's very strong damage. Putting everyone back in the back row. Alright. So Tail Swipe is the one very bad thing. And double Tail Swipe is pretty much death. He was a -2 accuracy, but he did not care. Alright, anyways, take 2. The annoying thing about this boss is it's 2 bosses. It's the monster on top of the dragon that is controlling the dragon. And the dragon is basically what we were supposed to sacrifice our new member of the party to. But instead, we're saving her. Okay, that is unfortunate. She got poisoned, which means that we cannot use synthesis abilities. But we have this. We still have the Conies too. So
Poison prevents synthesis abilities?
any status prevents synthesis from being used with that character. Like if that character is involved in the synthesis, it will not work.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're, again, FF9 analogy, if you're Steiner trying to use a Fire Blade and Evie is poisoned, it's a no-go. It's a no-go.
That would not work, yeah. Right, ran out of MP here. Okay, everybody's out of MP. That was not a great fight, but whatever. We made it through somehow.
Does it seem that I've grown stronger?
All right, so one thing that I did not actually talk about in the first part of the run is these enemies that we're killing in all of the dungeons, they're humans. In this game, humans are creatures that are deadly, pretty much. And this human was possessing the dragon, and that's basically why all the previous sacrificed princesses have died. Okay, let's see. This boss is a little bit annoying for physical, but it's not too bad for magic. We're just making sure to kill him as quickly as possible. I feel like I'm also lacking damage, and I can't pinpoint why. Alright, so the first turn here will always be Elemental Shift into Dekaja. I am definitely missing something. And I can't quite tell what it is, because we're not dealing enough damage here. But it's fine, because we could just prolong it by 1 turn. But yeah, as long as you have a buff on you, he will use Dekaja. As long as he has a debuff on himself, he will use Dekunda. So you will always get an unscathed triumph on this.
Nice.
I was supposed to put points in magic here, but I skipped through it by accident.
Oh, we've got some interesting notes coming up here, Nev.
Yep.
Very cool segment.
Next couple days are insane. The quick safety save, I don't even know.
Quick safety save before this incredibly difficult segment we've got coming ahead for the next 5 days.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. May I scroll?
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to miss out. In the next 5 days, we are going to go to sleep 9 times, and that's it.
Yeah, like I said, we've done all the prep. So now we just have to get through the days.
Do you not call this prep?
And we can't skip multiple days at once, which is something I've wished for a long time in Persona games.
Mr. Atlas employee, if you wouldn't mind. Giving
Yeah, just
giving Dev a little nudge and being like, guys,
just hot fix it real quick so I can utilize it.
quick patch, if you don't mind.
I'm still not 100% sure what happened.
Like, give it a quick patch and then give us a heads up on when that patch is going live so that you can take the day off work and set world record.
Everything seems fine though.
Any equipment or accessories or anything? Did you use the bath salts?
I did.
Equipment, accessories, bath salts, levels.
In practice, I was doing so much more damage. I don't know why.
What's a
Random variants? It's not within.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
There's a voice in our head, but I couldn't quite understand what it was saying.
That makes sense because he's Scottish. I believe the voice in our head is saying that the fine gentleman is a localizer of some form. Although I'm not necessarily sure that that's true. I think they said that they're an editor.
What's a
Like if you would like to review yourself, we're here to have more information.
And the age of a new
You said something about writing, so obviously you've like worked on the story of Metaphor, and when we were doing the submission cycle for this event, I know that Flysonic, who was looking at the submissions and voting on what games were being in, was like, I'm going through this game and it's one of the greatest things I've ever played and the story is amazing, and I'm genuinely pissed that it's not Game of the Year.
Yep.
what's a
Yeah, that.
Time marches on, and the
I think
age of
I think
a
Twitch
new
chat has
king
got on
draws nearer.
localization editor.
Yep.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Also apparently did a lot of QA. I could, realistically, I could go on about a good amount of things in regards to QA, or things that need changing, but
Don't be mean.
I'll just go with one thing, and that is why does the fast forward stop if you select some dialogue choice, just any? Why does it stop? Why do you have to repress it? That is the one thing that bugs me a lot in this game in terms of technical aspects. But yeah. Other than that, I think this game is actually
The age of a new king draws nearer.
very well designed in that regard. There is not a lot of like super broken glitches or anything either. But yeah, that is one of the main things, because I figured since Persona 5 already had a system like that, it would have just been more or less copy-pasted, right? But there's probably a reason why that didn't work. All right, anyways, we're done on this island. We're joining their festival. We kind of saved their island as well, you know. And now we're heading to
Bed.
well, yes, but no. We're heading to
Time
Altabury,
marches on,
which is going to
and
be
the
the
age
next
of a
city.
new king draws nearer.
And I'm still not entirely sure why I was doing less damage.
I asked if you used the bath salts. Yeah.
I did use the bath salt, yeah.
Even though we have baths coming up.
I used one before,
Okay.
and the rest is happening.
Yeah, but you
afterwards.
use the same in practice.
All right then.
I can't really think of anything past levels, equipment, accessories, consumables, and fight buffs. Do you like miss a commander buff?
No. It's fine, we'll be fine.
Boss died. If you keep on doing less damage though, we need to figure it out.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. All right, so now we're cooking the next broken item. which is the amber stew.
Food is another one that I didn't consider. I assume there was no like food buffs that we were supposed to have.
No.
All right, let's go.
I had everything I was supposed to have, I believe. I'm gonna use these like 10 seconds to double check. I have magic circle, so yeah. I don't know what it was. Magic circle could have been the only thing that I was missing. All right, this is the last instance of fishing. We're also using a different bait this time. This is for the magic version of the stew that we just cooked, which gives all characters concentrate. The amber stew that we just cooked gives all characters charge, which slightly more than doubles their damage.
All right then.
Let's go.
And we're gonna cook one more here. This is the thing Star was talking about earlier. Just go and cook multiple, one after another, to get the extra.
All right then.
Let's go.
And then we're gonna go up and we'll bait.
Local man has abused RPG mechanics before.
Definitely. Alright, we got +2 magic. We also got 1200 mag.
Time marches on.
I'm
and
like
the age of a
predicting
new
speedrun
king
tech in a
draws
game that I've
nearer.
never played.
I mean, this one was obvious.
You gotta give me something.
Okay. You'll get this one. Right. We're hanging out with Stroll. Slightly faster. Because he's right here. We don't really need the courage because we're already maxed, but right here. Gonna hang out with him. Another sightseeing place. Looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, in the speedrun, we're not particularly interested in this one, so just gonna go past it.
Let's
Alright.
go.
We're taking a bath one last time. So during the story elements, you cannot get random encounters. So every forced story travel, you will never get a random encounter, which is incredibly convenient. Because outside of those story times,
Wait,
did I?
little bit closer.
Outside of those story sections, we don't have a lot of travels other than that. Alright, we're hanging out with Stroll again just to pass the time.
Say hello to the team from ESA
Yep.
over at Atlas Studios. Thanks for all your hard work.
Great game. Thanks again for working on it. Much appreciated. And I hope that
We can sleep for a week in the next patch.
yeah.
You hope that.
I hope that a lot more people will play this genius game.
Yeah, everybody that I've spoken to about this is like, oh my god, people are missing out.
Yeah. All right, so we reached Altabury. This is the first town that we actually reach at night, so we can't really do anything. We're just gonna tag the mag exchange dude, so we can teleport here later on.
Beg pardon?
And we're just gonna go make our way to the inn. On the way to the inn, we're gonna stop by the Coronation Rock real quick. Just get some extra mag for later on. This is technically not required, but I want to be extra safe. Also doesn't take that long, so mostly fine.
Hey, mister.
We're gonna do a little bit of speed tech here. We're teleporting to the lower part of this screen. Gives a very quick loading screen and saves us a lot of walking.
If we can't,
Alright, I have to ensure that I do the next shopping correctly. Okay. Stroll's yoinking Euphas equipment. So, unfortunately, this new character that we got will never voluntarily use We've used her for the 2 boss fights just now, and we'll use her in this next section where we're forced to use her. Other than that, she will see 0 screen time. Just so happens to not be a particularly useful character in either route. Just joins too late, and we just don't have the resources to get her up to speed. Alright.
What now?
Stroll gets all of this stuff. And then Hulkenberg gets this from Heismay. And Heismay equips Mage.
With the
Changing the
box.
weapon. And then we're using Leafs on Hulkenberg here to level her Mage to 20. And then we're teleporting to the...
Let's go.
Not to the tavern, we're teleporting to the mag exchange actually.
Let's go.
Hey, here we are. Now we're just making some quick bucks. 30k.
All right.
Let's go.
Upper Blue Sky Bridge. We're gonna do a little bit of shopping here.
So are we, like, lifetime of the game fully maxed out on Mage, or is there some kind of level cap that we can increment higher?
We could learn Wizard, which is the
Okay.
next step of Mage.
Now then.
All right.
Now that we're 20 out of 20, or is there something else that we need?
Oh.
Oh, sort your menu first.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to buy 12. That would have been horrendous. All right. Got that, and then we go to Upper
Let's go.
Franco. We have to buy a couple more meats and fish for cooking. 19 of this and 30 of this. I think there's actually 1 too many kois, but we'll just deal with it. We'll buy the 3 fruit cordials. I feel like I've missed something. I have so much money.
That's not what I said.
I exchanged the mag. Yeah, no, this... oh, where am I going?
Check this out.
Yeah, no, this seems about right.
No, I think I saw all of that. Unless you sold something that you weren't supposed to, because your notes just say sell. Buy from... Yeah. Oh, this is...
No, I definitely have all the stuff I
don't
should
know.
have. I
Yeah,
mean, we'll
you-
see what
you-
happens,
you
right?
go.
I did also sell 30k. I don't know, it feels very weird. This entire thing with like less damage than I was supposed to do, and now having more money than I'm supposed to have.
You got a new commander weapon. I take it you equipped that as well.
Oh yeah, I'm not supposed
Like
to
way
get a
back then.
commander weapon. All right. Anyways, so our goal now is to. Sorry, I skipped a little bit of what happened in the story. So, we killed the human possessing the dragon. The dragon turned into a lance, which is Dracodio. I don't remember the name. Either way, we got that. Lewis sent us to get that lance from the Verga people. But we don't really want to give it to him, so we've created a fake that we're going to give to him. Because apparently this lance has the power to pierce the king's protection. It's something I talked about in the first part of the run.
Let's hurry.
Every participant of this tournament, quote-unquote, has protection from each other, so they cannot just be killed by them. However, this lance bypasses that, and you're able to kill anybody. That's why we don't want to give Lewis the lance. Alright, these fights are straightforward. I'm doing 150 damage less than I'm supposed to.
Those guys were supposed to die, I take it.
Yes.
You asked the death.
Oh my goodness. I know what happened.
Did you upgrade a weapon
No,
and then...
I got a random drop without noticing it, and that random drop is actually just straight up
Take it.
worse.
I may yet find a use for it.
But it has more power, so it auto-equips it. I just did not notice that we actually got it. That is so cursed. I mean, it's my fault for not noticing, or like for not checking in the scenario where I can't get it, but at least we solved it.
I played a rando earlier. The amount of times I was like, wait, I have this, or got something and then forgot to equip it. I'm with you here, man. I'm with you.
I mean, the good thing is, from here on out, it wouldn't have mattered anymore.
It wouldn't have mattered. I guess we're gonna get something that would replace
Yeah,
it.
we're never gonna use commander on main character anymore after this one.
Oh,
That's why it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, okay, I see.
We're just using it here. From here on out, it's just gonna be pretty much mage. I shouldn't even have bothered to back row her. So, since we're participants of the tournament, we cannot be attacked by these guys. So all they ever do is target Yufa, and we just use that to spam. What's it called? We just spam Buster Blast maneuver. All right. Anyways, we reached the top, and we're setting up to kill Lewis from here with a throw of our lance.
What now?
All right. At least this weapon is correct. All right. It's the cutscene where all this stuff that I explained happens. And we did hit him. So now Lewis is just dead. Just kidding. He's not actually dead. He's alive, unfortunately. So now we're actually fighting Lewis. We get rid of Stroll, we get Heisme. Yeah, that is the party that we want.
Yes.
So unfortunately, Magic does not have a good way of have a bit of an oopsie here.
Yeah, would you like to explain?
I forgot one important thing here. I did not actually inherit the formation of vigor on Heisme's mage.
So we didn't have the commander ability that buffs everyone. So we're going to be doing significantly less damage and taking more.
It
think
just,
it gave
it just puts us in the front row. I also cannot get this right now. Okay, this is actually really bad.
We're doing it live. Figure it out now.
This is very bad.
Why can we not get it? What did we?
Because I can't actually do anything here, and I didn't get it before, so I just have to do it without.
We've come.
This is our mission. Here and now. Come on. Good job, Judah.
That was not intended. I just slipped in the menu.
We'll see just as well now. Maneuver.
I'll get some. I'm all prepared. Observe the enemy.
That's your opening, Captain.
Okay, so now I have to play this slightly differently from how this is supposed to go.
Maybe your only chance.
But we'll see what happens. I'm so pissed at myself.
I strike.
Great.
Okay, as long as he targets main character, those targets were fine. I should be able to kill in this turn regardless. Let me think about this for a second.
You need to think about the number of turns.
I know something of spells.
You use something super effective on him? You use
Sorry?
okay, you're healing and then tanking the next one.
No, I'm just gonna kill him.
What did the item give us? Because the item healed us. Why would you have used that?
Because I wasn't sure if I actually kill.
So we covered every option,
Yes.
right?
Because, like I said,
did the item only use half a turn, so we still had 2 turns left?
No, I had a blinking turn, so it only used that blinking turn.
Okay.
But yeah, I
Was
wasn't 100%.
But if we attacked, we wouldn't have had 2 turns left?
No, it's the same.
So You weren't even confident that attack plus synthesis killed.
I wasn't sure. I legitimately wasn't sure how much damage I was going to deal because this is the first time I had to do it like this.
Yeah.
But it is good to know that this works, I guess. All right, before I forget this. That was horrendous.
Explain to me why we couldn't set that before. Do we need to be like in a
So-
safe zone?
No. Because of this whole ploy of killing Lewis with the lands, our team was split. Everybody had a different job in this act. And Heismay was not in the 4 party members. that
Yes,
I
because
had.
we just ran up to him before the
Exactly.
bomb. Okay, I
And I couldn't
understand
change
that.
any of his stuff anymore because
Yeah.
he wasn't in the party at that time.
Okay, right.
And-
I understand. Apologies, we're like skipping all of the cutscenes and everything, so I'm losing track of who's where and what's what. I was like, surely we can like just do this menu and just put the thing on the dude, but we
Yep.
don't have the dude.
Yep. Okay, so basically what happened is Lewis obviously didn't die. So hang on, let me do this menu real quick before I mess this up again. We do need this guy. We don't need this guy. We do need that. We need a warrior on Basilio. Basilio is our newest party member. Since we skipped everything, if you've never seen this, you're like, where did this guy come from? But yeah, so him and his brother have been accompanying us for a while now.
What now?
Let's see. Okay, Stroll gets this from Tuna. Yeah, so him and his brother have been accompanying us as like, well, not spies, but they had to make sure that we're not doing anything stupid since they were subordinates of Lewis. And what just so happened is that since we didn't kill Lewis, he got the real lands, yada yada yada. And then Lewis actually killed Basilio's brother. And Basilio is mad, and now he's joining us in the quest to kill Lewis. That's a TLDR, kind of.
That is perhaps text messages.
I can't tell if that is a legitimate question. Okay, anyways, yeah, we're popularity ranking 3. A lot of stuff has happened. Also, the head of the Sanctors has died, and now this woman with the wings. I did everything, right? I did the menuing, I did the thing. I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna assuming that I did everything what my notes say, and we're fine, and nothing bad will happen, right? But yeah, this woman with the wings that we saw her earlier in part 1 already. It's actually Juna's sister, and she is now also running for the position of king. But we have to defeat her. So the way this fight works, it's a 2-phase fight. I have to make sure that everybody's in the back row, and this thing's weak to fire, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna Meteor 4, Meteor 4, Meteor 4, and we kill him. But now she gives all of her magic to the dragon to heal him, and we have to kill him again. So the first turn is guaranteed Draconic Wrath. The second turn is random, and if we get Frostbitten, that is really bad. So what we're gonna do here is nothing, because I don't have anything for it, so we're just gonna retry. That's the unfortunate side effect of the strat. If you get Frostbitten, then there's not a whole lot you can do, because I had to use the last Konisu earlier. Ideally, he does Tail Swipe or Ice Claw without hitting it, or just literally anything else. But even if we have to retry... Yeah, this is fine. Even if we have to retry, it is not that bad. Alright, so now we can actually use Formation of Vigor to get in the front row. We couldn't do that before, because if he then uses Tail Swipe, we just die. Because we're all in the at least one person is in the front row, and we do not have the reduced damage taken. But yeah, this was not too bad. We learned Warrior on Basilio earlier as a setup for later, because this is the part where the route is gonna converge with the physical route, and we're pretty much just exclusively using physical at this point. Except for one part. 2 fights. 2 fights, and then it's physical only. But yeah, so as it turned out, Lewis was not the one that cursed the prince. It was in fact Juna's sister. So she froze herself now and died, and now we are the second most popular person in this world. So it's just Lewis and us at this point. But this also means that the prince has recovered from the curse, which was our objective to begin with. Alright, we're back in Altabury, and this is where the free roam for the city comes in. Or very soon, rather.
Anyway, we're going to bed again soon.
Like I said, all this setup happened early in the run.
Time marches on, and the age of a new
Which is a bit unfortunate. I really do wish there was more things to do even later in the run, in a speedrun setting.
I think I could play this segment for you. You want to stretch your legs?
Sorry?
I think I could play this segment for you coming up.
You wanna?
I had Vast play the Winnie the Pooh segment in Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer earlier, where you just had to mash A for 45 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it if you want.
We're gonna have somebody play.
Alright, we're accepting this quest real quick, and then we're doing some stuff. We have to accept this quest specifically because of the magic route, because this unlocks the only place where we can buy an ingredient for the magic stew.
All right.
You know, the equivalent to the physical one that we cooked earlier.
The magic stat buffs too.
Ridiculous.
Yes, concentrate.
Sure.
Concentrate for the entire party, to be precise.
Yeah.
Let's give it a shot.
All right, we unlocked the area. Now we're actually gonna go there. Quick 360.
So, what should we do?
All right. Also, in all of these events, our Gauntlet runner can now fly. Just so happened to be the case. All right, we're just gonna hang out with Stroll to pass time, not because we need the courage. All right, and we have reached Malva. We are going to buy a heavenly water
And a wheat flour.
and wheat flour, and then we're just
Okay then.
heading back home. Now we're gonna buy some info to make the tower spawn on the map, because that's where we will have to go later on. Very important.
Rosary.
I also feel like I have received a random drop that gives a lot of money from somewhere.
How much would the accidental weapon drop that we then equipped give us, or have we sold that?
And the age
I think it gives like 15k or 20k if we sell it.
Have we sold that, and is that the
We haven't sold it yet, no. All right, so this is how the segment goes. You wait, you press left, hold circle, you walk in, and then you go to bed. This is a shortcut to get back into the room right away, and then for the evening you just do this. You just pinch both controllers together, so you immediately go in,
Yeah.
We ought to proceed with caution.
and then remember, circle is confirmed.
Good night.
Just hold circle at all times, more or less.
time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Yeah, Star is gonna be the runner now.
What have I signed myself up for?
You have to skip some stuff here. You can hold it. It's turbo. It's turbo and hold.
Oh, I actually need to do nothing.
So yeah, press left.
Oh yeah, 'cause it's afternoon.
Let's go.
Wait, what?
No, left on the D-pad.
Oh god.
Go to Hulkenberg, the second one.
What? Oh, the
Hulkenberg.
third one. Oh, it's left.
It's circle.
Circle.
Yeah, you just hold circle at this point. And then you just walk to the bed. Yep.
And then pinch and hold.
Yep. Pinch and hold.
And then run to the bed again.
Yep. While you're running to the bed, you kind of want to let go of circle, just so you don't accidentally talk to any of these
Yeah.
idiots.
Then it's left D-pad down to hold circle.
Time
Yep.
marches on, and the age of a new
Until-
king draws nearer.
Fee fun. Apparently we do
9:21.
something on the 21st, but then
Yeah.
I'll take back over if you wish.
I'll just use this opportunity to hydrate.
Go get some water.
Yep.
You go get some water. I can ask the people in the crowd how I can measure one up.
So Neviutz, how are you feeling about Star's run, given that he's been at this for a grand total of, was that 4.5 hours now he's been speedrunning this game over 2 days? So how do you think
Yeah.
he's been doing so far?
He's doing a good job.
I'm on pace.
I hear he
Almost.
messed up a menu and everything's gone
In
to
that case,
gobbledygook.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing better than I would.
Oh, fair enough. I hear, are you his coach then?
Yeah.
There's
Official speedrunning ESA 8 coach?
there's certain parts of games that I've never played that I'm very good at. I'm very good at this like mid-September segment.
By the way, one thing. If you see early morning, that means there's a bunch of text coming up earlier. But afternoon means you immediately just go into this.
I keep on going to press X on her.
All I can say is circle confirm is the best.
Yeah.
Okay, remember pinch, pinch, pinch.
Yeah, there's certain parts of games that I've never actually played before that I'm very good at. Supposedly I'm very good at this mid-September sleep section of Metaphor. Vast is very good at the Winnie the Pooh segment of Kingdom Hearts. And we'll
Did you
look-
actually have to go to Winnie the Pooh land?
not only did you have to go to Winnie the Pooh
Did
land,
you have to throw him off the edge?
no, but we unlocked it. We
Ah.
had to find literally every single torn page up until the second last one, and the last one was in the second last area, and so was the proof that unlocked.
If you want us to
Final
talk about it, we
Remember,
can tell you
left
the
on the
funnies.
D-pad? D-pad?
Uh,
That's safe.
No. You can tell we're on the nighttime vibe zone. We're talking about other events.
Yep.
Go-up run.
Yes, go to bed.
Yeah, we had to find every single page that wasn't in the
Which-
last one.
in that case,
We came
That's
very
rough.
close to throwing the bear.
all right then.
Yeah.
I wish you did.
I would have set it as an incentive if I knew that we would have got every torn page, but we wouldn't have done that in advance.
Time marches on.
Fair enough.
Left on D-pad, circle confirm. I'm not in a day on the 19th day of our 9th month.
And yet
Yeah, need to
somebody
check.
would have known.
It's early morning, so just hold start. I'll hold start for you.
Thank you.
Because start enables the fast forward, and start is also turboed.
All right.
Start, circle, and X are all three turboed. But start is only turboed if you press the right trackpad. Pinch.
In that case,
Also, anybody here that would. We don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. I lost frames. I lost frames.
That's why I said you just wanna make sure you don't do it while you run there.
Thank God you gave me like 2 extremely simple instructions.
Okay,
so I could
another early
follow
morning?
Approximately none of them.
Enable fast forward. Oh.
Let's go.
There was no skip. Oh, I wish there was a skip for this game. Something that skips like pinch.
Yeah, I'm pinching. Yeah. And then it's back to you. And maybe back to me after that. I'm not holding. Wabosh. What a co-op
Okay.
run.
Yep, what a co-op run.
Time marches on.
Thank you to the one person clapping. That is like exactly what I deserved, actually.
All right, we are heading over to the same town again. not because we have something to do there, but in this game you can only cook on the Gauntlet runner while it's going. So we have to actually take the Gauntlet runner somewhere.
That feels like the exact opposite of what it should be.
Well,
Oh.
what do you want to do?
I mean, the Gauntlet runner is only powered while it's running, so it makes sense in a way, but the fact that you cannot cook anywhere else is kind of stupid. I think that is the main problem here.
What to pick?
But yeah, we have to cook this. We have to cook this enchanted pottage. Like I said, is the magic version of the amber stew. And then we're just gonna sleep.
Been there before.
Yep. Unfortunately, a lot of the end game is just gonna be sleeping.
What is this capsule hotel? Is that where we slept?
Yeah. It's the bed in the Gauntlet runner.
Sure, bro.
You think they have like king-size bedrooms?
Alright. Okay.
Well, apparently they have an oven that only works whilst they're moving, so I don't really know what they've got at this point.
Yeah. Anyways, we got the enchanted pottage. We got 2 of them actually because of the trade.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
And we're walking back to
Let's
sleep.
go.
Hey, Neviutz, you want a break?
No, we're actually going back to the
That says
First-
sleep, bro. That says
yeah,
sleep.
but on the next one, we have to go to Grand Threat. The early morning again, so we have to skip through this garbage.
Shower?
Oh yeah, for everybody who just tuned in and is a little confused why we're here at 1 hour, this run was split in 2 parts. As you can see, it says Metaphor ReFantazio Part 2.
Is it final?
So the first part was already done a couple days ago. The VOD for it should already be up, I believe.
Oh, the VOD is live on Twitch, but the VOD will not be live on YouTube as of yet.
I don't know what you're talking about. We saw this game up at hour 20 and you're just here.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king
I just skipped everything else.
Like this game will be beaten right now in 3 hours and 50 minutes.
It's because we had the Atlas Dave come in. He teleported us to Endgame.
Yeah.
We had our very own,
Implemented a hotfix just for us.
we had our very own QA tester in the chat giving us all the sweet tea.
All right, off to Grand Trad we go.
You would pick.
The state.
With a whole entry that we're gonna skip. All right, so because fighting Lewis once wasn't enough, we're gonna fight him again on the next day. But first we have to get here, sleep, yada yada. And then do a little bit of work in here.
Time marches on, and the age of a new
Bless you.
king draws nearer.
The voice in our head is sneezing.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, gonna do a little bit of setup here.
Sublime.
Party setup. We don't need this guy. We do need this one. So Mystic Robe, and Juna gets this from Stroll.
All right then.
We have to buy a new weapon.
Hey,
Now then.
We don't actually have enough to buy everything, so let's see.
Yeah.
We have to sell some weapons here.
Now then. Now then.
That was enough.
All right then.
let's go.
This is where Turbo really comes in handy.
It's strange to me how like the numbers in this as an RPG feel relatively disjointed. Like we have like hundreds of thousands of money. Our attacks hit for like we're hitting Meteor 4 for like 3.8k on some mobs, but we have 300 HP.
Yeah. All right, this is Lewis 2. I need to check who's actually going first. Ismaeus. Okay, I need to hit a big damage roll here. So we're gonna make him weak to fire, and then we're just gonna hit a 7k. Okay, we're so in. So you need to not kill him. You need to deal 9,000 damage to this guy. What happens next is he transforms us into a human, and now everybody hates us.
I feel like the definition of human is going to be stretched here, right?
Yeah, look, we're
Oh,
losing
dearie me.
hundreds of ranks of popularity because he turned us into a human and brainwashes the people. Anyways, we're heading to the prince because we're expecting that someone from Lewis's crew is gonna assassinate the prince now because they have caught wind of the prince being alive. Alright, now we're in the ancient Elden Sanctum. And there's a lot of story happening here, pretty much. But the TLDR, I'm going to say this before everything happens, because we're going to skip everything anyways. The TLDR is, we are actually finding out that we are effectively also all humans. Humans were our ancestors, pretty much. And we're also going to find out that we, in fact, are the prince. Don't ask me how this whole thing works, because I actually forgot what the exact details were, but yeah.
The RPG has confusing
It just so happens that we are the prince, and we kind of like split off from the prince's body, and something along those lines. And that we were able to save them. Us. Ourselves.
Gentlemen, is this a good time for a donation?
Yeah, this is also the part where we avoid the bad ending, so while I do that, you can bang out that donation.
Lovely, lovely. We message for you then. If we have a $50 donation from, I hope I get this correctly, a QAppsell. I'm sure they're in chat and can tell me if I said that correctly. With a lovely message of, finally I can catch Nevis, shorthand, on a first name nickname basis, I see. Catch your run live. Sadly missed part 1 and also a bit late for part 2. Anyway, good luck with the FPS. The classic maneuver of this video game.
Yep.
I would like to make mention that they put that lovely donation towards the Pokemon Sapphire Glitch Trainer Battle. So everybody, when you're getting your donations, and remember that you can triple dip. You can put your donation to nab yourself a reward, which this gentleman has also lovingly done, and they have grabbed themselves a ESA 2025 event shirt, which is for $1 total of. Oh, thank you, Star. Thank you, backing me up there.
It's upside down again.
Again, upside down. Please stop doing
I'm
that.
a professional, bro.
We're gonna put you upside down in a second just to make it work.
I try my Mona.
I'm on it. So for a donation of $46 or more, you can get yourself a lovely t-shirt. Depending on what it is, there's some other nice juicy rewards in there, especially from our lovely sponsor at Logitech for this event. Please, you can find !donate in the chat, or you can go underneath the stream, or you can go to the ESA website and you'll find all the appropriate links there. But every time you donate, make sure you're getting yourself a reward. The t-shirts are made in-house. Get it towards a poll and get it towards a target. And I think Nev wants the floor again.
Yep, so we have a bunch of menuing coming up here. So we need to inherit some things. We're inheriting Heat Up Magic Circle. Magic Circle doesn't actually matter. Juna needs to learn Gunner. Like I said, the whole magic shenanigans are kind of over at this point.
I knew I could do it.
We're equipping this real quick. And then Basilio gets a utilitarian manual from Hulkenberg. She's not using that anymore. Party is gonna be this for pretty much the rest of the game. Let me double check that I have everything. Yep.
Ready?
All right. Also, in the process earlier, where we bought a weapon for mage, we also bought a weapon for seeker. Since we are now the prince, we've also unlocked the prince archetype, which is incredibly broken.
Take it down and then get after Zorba.
Better be sure. We'll do this.
Yeah, I had to change something there so I don't accidentally guard. So this is the part where we start using the stews. As you can see, we're all powering up.
Let's work together.
Also, Prince kind of broken, at least at this point. But
Is the
still,
MP the only one that can archetype Prince?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
everybody has a royal archetype, but we're not actually going to unlock any of them in this round.
Other than, of course, Prince.
Yes, Prince is forced, so
Yeah. Prince's story progression, but there's
yeah.
secret additional classes, archetypes.
Yeah, so like for the other ones, we could unlock Strolls because we maxed them. But compared to Basilio, Stroll is just too weak. Stroll is, I think, like 10 levels lower, and he has far less strength, so he's not particularly useful. But yeah, Basilio is going to be the MVP for the rest of the run, unfortunately. Alright, now Moore is telling us something about Prince archetype, this, that, yada yada.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Different animation there,
Yep,
because we're the Prince now.
we are the prince, and we're awake.
Although,
We're not dead anymore. We're not cursed.
yeah.
Let's move.
Alright, back to Grand Trad we go.
I remember after ESA Legends, I kept on hearing Final Fantasy menu noises. I feel like after this run, I'm just gonna wake up to like, did someone say time marches on? Where is that coming from? Time marches on is just gonna be like replaying in my head.
Yeah, you hear that a lot in this run.
Yeah. People are gonna be like walking past me at the event and like play like an MP4 of it through their phone. I'm gonna flinch.
Alright, this is pretty much the end game now. We'll do a little bit of sleeping, and on the corresponding days, we will do all the remaining stuff. So I mentioned it briefly in part 1, but the objective of the true ending is to beat the final boss. Also smash it all to bits. You'll hear in the next morning. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so you get the best ending by not getting any of the bad endings, for starters, and then there is an additional side quest where you have to go to those towers that I unlocked earlier, and
The 3 ones that we bought the info for.
yes, pretty much. And in those towers, there is now dragons at the very top. So you have to do all the 3 trials of the dragons, and then do the final trial afterwards, because that actually alters the ending. Not by much, but by a little bit, therefore making it the better ending, or like the best ending. Alright, so
Let's put an end to this.
Lewis is now on. You hear it?
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna go to sleep for this day, because this day is not good for us to do anything. We're gonna start doing stuff on the next day.
That's a lot of finishing riddles
What should
that we're gonna be cooking.
Yep. Well, it's actually more than it says there.
Well, are we cooking?
We're cooking
So-
17 instead of 15.
30 days remain.
My notes are just wrong.
So, like, are we cooking 16 and getting the bonus 17?
No, we're cooking 17 and getting
The bonus, 18?
18, yeah.
Okay.
You can't edit it because I'm not logged in.
Ah.
Shall we?
All right,
All right then.
we're gonna teleport to the mag exchange. And we're accepting this quest. This quest is important because this quest has a weapon for warrior archetype.
Give it a shot.
And it is incredibly strong. And we need this. So yeah, this unlocked the Mount Volcano, and that's where we're going. Once we actually get the sword and equip it, I'll go over why it is so broken. Actually, I can do it now. So the sword has a passive ability that increases the...
What to pick?
we're cooking some finisher noodles here.
Oh,
17 of them, so we get 18 in the end. But yeah, so the sword has an ability, a passive ability, that increases the MP cost of synthesis abilities and greatly increases the MP cost, and it also greatly increases the damage of synthesis abilities.
With the amount of damage that they're doing already, we kind of only really care about their turn count. So I imagine if we can get like,
okay then.
if it's greatly increased and we have them only costing 2 turns at a party of 4, we get 2 off.
Yeah,
We're just one-shotting,
pretty much.
maybe 2-shotting. We're killing within our turn. If
Yeah.
like if Meteor 4 is going from dealing 7k to...
Well, Basilio is on warrior, and it's a warrior weapon, so that weapon doesn't actually work for mages. But yeah, the idea is correct.
Meteor 4 is just the one that I've seen most of.
Yeah.
Peerless?
Yes.
Thank you.
Peerless Stone Cleaver or something it's called. All right, so
I know this video game.
What now?
finisher noodles.
You look stronger
So due to the weather condition, these enemies actually give more experience. That's why we waited one day before we came here, until
Right there.
I knew you could do it.
until this area had bad weather.
I see the enemy.
So we would get more experience from whenever we kill these things with finisher noodles.
Tremble before me.
That's basically going to be the go-to for the remaining dungeons of the run. We're gonna go to almost every single dungeon during bad weather to get more experience. The other thing about bad weather is that when you hit an enemy's weakness, you don't actually gain an extra turn. But since we're not really fighting anything here, or things die anyways, that doesn't matter.
They couldn't keep up, eh? Lucky us.
Look, yes.
They couldn't keep up, eh? Lucky us. Alright, bruv.
That guy kind of sounds like the guy next to me.
Pretty.
Oi. We're none of that, pal. For
Alright, so-
reference, that does not. That is English.
What now?
So we got the weapon, and now we're getting out of here. Oh well, we got the quest objective, which just so happens to be the weapon, and now we're out of here.
That reminds me. Hey, okay then.
Because we don't actually need to kill the boss in this area. In fact, we don't really want to. So yeah, just going home, spending the night with the boys and the girls, having a nice dinner, refreshed for the next day and the
day of
next
the hero
adventure.
draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 29 days remain.
So yeah, 29 days until the end of the game, pretty much. So
Smash it all to bits.
Let's go.
and we're smashing it all to bits. So now we're gonna go to the Skybound Avatar, where Lewis is. Just on the king's face, pretty much.
When I heard Smash It All to Bits, I'm just thinking of the poor table from earlier.
That was in fact smashed
That
to
was
bits.
that was in fact smashed to bits. I considered like unscrewing the legs and putting them on as a redeem. You two
The sky
can have
Oh.
part of the broken table.
All right, we made it up here. This is where Lewis is waiting for us.
What is this?
Yeah, what
Ready?
is this? I'm so ready.
Can't be real. What now?
All right, we're using some finisher noodles for experience here. These things give pretty solid experience because this is more or less the final dungeon of the game.
I knew you could do it. Power feels stronger still.
But our real objective is
Right there.
to get over here and grab this chest. This chest is a legendary item, as you can see from the color. And it will be particularly useful for Basilio in a minute here. So yeah, we just grab that and then we get the hell out of here again.
Okay then.
I know it seems inefficient, but when you see what it actually does, it will make sense. Yeah, I'm also going to make a safety save before we do anything on the next day. Just in case something goes wrong, so I can go back here.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 28 days remain.
28 days remain.
How many of them did we slip through?
Let's head there.
Too many.
I've
But
lost
yeah,
one.
now is not a good time.
Yeah, there's way too many words on screen that aren't sleep.
All right.
All right, we're turning in the quest at the Mag Exchange. Okay, this guy gives us a little bit of money, and he tells us, "Oh yeah, I just wanted to see the sword. I don't actually want to have it, so you can keep it." How nice of the fella.
Mission accomplished.
All right.
We also get some wisdom that we don't need. All right, so now we're going to the church, and we're purifying these. I think I had some extra equipment, so I need to be careful on the menuing here. Yep. So we're getting the Ashura hands, which greatly increase slash damage, which is the equivalent to a slash amp. Slash boost gives you 25% damage increase, slash amp gives you 50% damage increase, and the two of them stack. Also, we're buying 3 Evil Eye Talismans right now, which is the very important item that we picked up earlier and already used in the Sognified. And now we're going over to Verga Island again. And we're accepting the first quest for the dragons here.
Let's take a moment to prepare.
Trial of the Dragon.
All right, let's go.
And this is also exactly where we're going to head right now.
Are we departing?
And at this point, I am just hoping that nothing goes wrong.
What to pick? All right, let's
We're
go.
also going to cook the remaining amber stews for the rest of the run, which is 12. Well, 13 ends us at
All right then.
18 total, which is more than we need in a run, but like I said, I wanted to make extra just in case something goes wrong.
If we have the materials, it's not any slower to make them. We're not going to use the materials elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. It's only about the money, pretty much. All
We
right,
find no money.
we are final money.
There we go.
All right,
Okay then.
unavoidable side quest. But yeah, so we have to climb this tower, and then at the top, we're going to have to do a lot of menuing.
You cannot be serious.
What now?
That might be
Right there.
Also, a bunch of finisher noodle usage here. Oh, the other guy is stuck over there.
I see the enemy.
Incredible. This power feels stronger.
So happy that
still.
happened.
Does that mess with our finisher node timing? Eh,
Not really. We're so fine.
I noticed you waited until we were killing that dragon to say not really.
Sorry?
I noticed you waited until we were landing the killing blow on that dragon to say not really. But you knew we were safe.
I knew we were safe.
What now?
I'm turning away from the enemies here so they don't actually see me. I mentioned that in part 1 as well. If you can't see the enemies, they can't see you. And that's incredibly convenient for some of these things here.
There they are.
We're safe. The crystal is not
But yeah, these birds are incredibly obnoxious when it comes to them attacking. They're fast, they attack you from a very large range. And don't really want to mess with them.
What now?
Alright, that was pretty good.
This power grows stronger still.
Gonna have one more here. I'm gonna use the same trick again where I don't actually look at the enemies or try not to. But this one in particular is really annoying.
They notice.
Because there is like 100 of them. And only this one is worth any experience.
What now? Hey, nice.
This is not exactly what I wanted to equip. But let me actually make sure that everything is correct. Ice May learns Sporia. We inherit Vigor and equip the Divine Speed Clothes.
My power swells forth.
Okay, that should be fine. Also, remind me, on all of these towers, after every boss, remind me to not skip. That is very important. Because otherwise we'll have to do a walk of shame, and we don't want that.
The 23 exclamation mark's not enough. Are we taking it you mean like not skip a cutscene?
Exactly.
And so if we skip a cutscene, the cutscene shows us moving, and then we actually move. And if we skip the cutscene, we don't see us moving, and we don't move. I take it.
No, so basically you have the option of keep
mid
exploring,
cutscene. Yeah.
keep exploring, or go back to the entrance. And if you skip, it will select the top option, which is
What now?
Entrance.
exactly. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of archetype menuing here. TLDR, we're gonna go all the way down to Samurai on Basilio. We'll have to learn a couple of things for that.
All right.
We'll have to get Commander to 20 to learn General, and General to 10, and we'll have to get Swordmaster, which is the second thing from Warrior, and get those to what's it called? I get that to 10,
Stronger.
and Swordmaster needs to be 20.
I can use this.
But yeah, so we're gonna be sitting here for a little bit and just spamming Hero's Leaf of Light on this guy. Ideally, I have enough, because otherwise we have a problem.
And you have enough.
I learned a new ability.
Yeah, but I also have to level this guy still.
I'm getting stronger. I can use this.
Is this guy why you asked me to commentate? So that for this segment of the run I can do his voice lines.
Sorry?
Is this
Oh.
why you asked me to commentate? So I can go, I'm
not quite,
I'm
but
getting stronger. I can use this.
do you feel any element?
When there's a character that goes, oh my god, this is making me very powerful. Like, sure, we can talk about it.
I'm getting stronger.
Getting stronger.
Use this.
I can use this. Has he only got 2 lines?
Getting stronger.
Oh, for God's
For
sake.
leveling up, yes. Okay, so we have Samurai here, and then there is one thing we need to do. We need to inherit Heat Up. This is a little bit scuffed because I can't get all of the passives that I need on this guy yet.
I can use this.
but we can make it work for now. All right, and now the important part, we need to get Prince to 13. This is why I said I hope I have enough, because...
No, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. I know that you're fine because I made it up in my head.
New skills, new possibilities.
Okay. We got Hero's Cry, which is important. Hero's Cry costs 99 MP, and it gives you 4 turns. Period. Let me get one more case. Actually, let me just fill it up entirely. Okay, let me double check that I have everything. Yep. Okay, we got everything. Alright, so this is the first dragon. We're not at full strength yet. We also got 2 extra turns, but that doesn't really matter. Alright. I'm still just gonna do the normal strat because it literally does not matter.
Come forth, royal sword.
Hero's Cry, as you can see, we just get 4 turns. Bigger Mania to create a physical weakness. Fearless, Royal Sword.
Nice. Is it faster to retry?
I'm thinking. I think I'm fine. Because of the 2 extra turns from Gallica.
Yeah.
I think it's fine if I didn't make a mistake.
Okay.
Well, the
Good,
2
good,
turns
good.
helped because of the miss.
Yeah. I was thinking it might be faster to retry than it is to like calculate if it will. Like it might be faster to just make the decision and go.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Now the math worked out well. The math as well. But
Alright, now we can skip. Oh no, this unskippable side quest here.
I think some of the people at home are asking me to say Berserker. But if you want me to say more things in a Scottish accent, pal, you're gonna need to give me money.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You can donate for a star to say random voice lines from Basilio or just anything he could potentially be saying.
It doesn't need to be the words of metaphor characters.
Yeah,
If you-
true.
If you give me money, I'll put an accent on.
Which shall see the crowning of a new
It only took us to day 4 and now we're selling the voices. What?
I did not hear what you said.
Keep it that way. You'll not understand it even if you repeat it.
Alright, anyways, this guy's smashing it all to bits and we're gonna go to sleep. Because this day, again, no good to do anything. No good bad weather debuffs for us to get more experience. Also, just to point that out, the dragon fights are not actually affected by the weather debuffs. So even if you go to the tower with a bad weather condition, it doesn't actually matter.
Rayquaza ass fight.
26.
Rayquaza ass fight. I love the dragon to Verloc.
Yep. Alright, we're going to Royal Haven Tower.
I heard we might be seeing some Rayquaza tomorrow. And I heard we
Went
might...
to the wrong place.
Hey, don't blame me, bro. I'm talking about Rayquaza. Did you go to Sky Pillar?
No, not quite.
Don't
Alright,
look at me, man.
we're buying the info for the tower. So we actually spawn this tower. And then we're gonna go accept the quest for the dragon. Yeah, Friday stream 2 is goated. Lots of great games on there.
Actual Skenway saying that Stream 2 took in 5k in donations today when his single donation on Stream 2 was 4,500. Stream 2 took in more than 5k today. Stream 2 is goated.
Yeah?
Okay,
Alright,
what's the plan?
Royal Haven Tower. Second dragon. This time I did not miss the tower by like miles.
What to pick?
Can't hang out with Stroll, so we're just gonna go sleep. I also don't have to cook anything. Yep. Had to double check. All right, so I lied when I said it's gonna be exclusively
All right.
physical from here on out. We're actually learning wizard on the main character.
Even though we have Prince. Surely we would want to learn wizard on someone else.
Good.
No,
Still getting strong.
because we need this later.
Interesting.
There is one more fight where physical does not help us.
Actually,
The actual physical route uses a very solid solution for that.
What now?
Okay, that was almost bad.
Now.
I can feel greater power.
There they are.
Why are these guys attacking so fast? It's actually crazy.
This power's getting fierce.
What was that auto lock on?
We've been there they are.
On your guard.
Nice.
Right there.
his power grows stronger still.
Alright, this room is a little bit annoying.
What now?
Power down.
All right. How's that? Let's push through.
Crystallized shackle.
Come on.
That should be enough.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. I think the only things alive are 2 of the pots. I'll try and do a quick 180 to double check. Yep, the pots are kind of useless anyway. In terms of experience anyways. These guys are also kind of useless. 141 experience. Might as well be 0. Alright, we have one more of these rooms and then the upper room. Again, turning away from them.
What now?
Yes.
Stronger.
Come on.
Nice.
Am I blind? I am. I cannot find that guy. Like, I saw him on the minimap, but
For real?
yeah. Again, we're looking away here.
Be forewarned, our enemies are aware of us.
Okay, so
What now?
we're re-equipping Prince, and then oh, okay. Third
Flash
time's
boost,
the charm.
Kinship. Charge.
I can use this. I'm getting stronger. What now?
All right.
Alright,
Place.
that should be all. I did equip Prince. Okay. Slash boost, sense of kinship. Okay, so all the passives that we equipped are basically just damage modifiers, slash boost, and sense of. Well, slash boost is just straight up damage increase. Oopsie, that was not what I was meant to do.
Don't skip,
sense,
don't skip, don't skip,
Yeah.
don't skip.
sense of kinship and heat up do effectively the same.
No, man.
They just give you 10% damage and more if you have the same archetype in the party. This is the reason why Heizme is on Warrior now, and we inherited Formation of Vigor instead of having him on Commander without the inherit. Because we're dealing 5% more damage that way. For free.
So we're playing like Prince predominantly now, which seems to be hitting physical attacks, but we put a bunch of points in magic earlier.
Yeah, so the thing about the Prince,
Does it take from your highest attack stat? Let's do the fight, let's do the fight.
yeah.
Face me.
Moving to come on. Help me out. Great job.
The strat for
Now they're
most of these fights is gonna be the same pretty much.
Buff, debuff, smack.
Yep.
You think yourself equal? It is best to witness our secret technique.
What am I doing?
now for a grand maneuver.
I imagine we've also like set the speed stat of our characters up, either intentionally or
The
Perhaps.
speed set just happens to work out.
it just happens to work
Yeah.
out that you get to debuff and buff and then hit them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Feels like I'm making progress.
Alright, now we can skip. Sorry, what was the question again?
We put a bunch of points in magic, but we're playing
Yes.
Prince, which is hitting physically.
Yeah, so Basilio is doing most of the damage anyways. so he has his fixed stat regardless. Secondary, the synthesis that we used on the main character scales off your... It scales off either strength or magic, whichever the highest is.
Yeah. That was
Yes.
that was my preemptive answer to the question that I was asking.
Yeah.
which shall see the
That's why
crowning
magic
of a new
isn't
king.
that bad
25 days
Yeah.
remain.
later on.
Because you don't get punished in the late game for it.
Exactly.
So you take a slightly worse early game, a slightly better mid game, and a roughly equivalent end game.
Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, it's slightly worse early game, decent mid game, and basically more or less the same end game.
You
All right. Now for the final dungeon, quote unquote. As you might have noticed, we have skipped one of the 3 dragons. We're gonna do that after this dungeon because it is a little bit more convenient for magic. Do it that way.
what now?
So I need to swap the armor.
Hey, nice.
All right, I'm gonna do 1 safety save here. Well, we should be fine.
Ready?
All right. This place is a little bit annoying. One of the downsides of Magic Route is
What
you
now?
don't actually use Basilio for a while after you get him, so he gets less experience from all the fights, which ends up with Basilio being lower level and therefore having worse damage scaling. Because the lower you are compared to the enemy, the less damage you're gonna do. And since Basilio is in reserve for some of these fights, he will do approximately like 15-20% damage less, give or take. Let's say like 10 to 15. And that is enough to make some of these fights a little bit more annoying. To the point where you have to use an extra move, like an extra damaging move, to be able to kill them. Alright, I'm picking up this item here. It is a full HP and MP recovery for 1 person.
An elixir. It's an elixir.
Yeah, it's an elixir. Alright, and let's hope I don't mess up this part. This is probably my least practiced part. So yeah, we're fighting this guy.
Oh, the incorporeal version of the guy quote you were chasing earlier.
No one here fights alone,
Extremely strange.
Alright, so we inherited charge, so we don't have to use all the stews on every single fight. That way Basilio can just charge himself. It's also slightly faster. We just pass a bunch of turns back.
This isn't a don't skip. I don't see don't skip and don't see. Yeah, we're fine.
No, it's not a dragon. It's
Yeah.
not one of the. It's only in the towers.
Here.
Okay, let's hope I remember
That's
this.
extremely odd.
So yeah, as it turns out, the thing's guarded by like 10 of those things, and we have to kill them all. And they're really annoying because they're unnecessarily tanky for no reason.
Can we finish on a do them?
No. Because they're like actual bosses and they have like a cutscene whenever you engage them.
I feel stronger already.
On the way to them, we're just gonna finish our noodle a little bit, get some free experience.
More to learn.
At this point, Mac and everything else is kind of useless. It's literally just about the noodle, just about the levels.
Power grows stronger.
This power's getting fierce.
Also, these ears are on cycles, and we need to kind of try and avoid them. So if I actually mess up badly, then I have to wait an entire cycle. Alright, so this one has more HP than the other one for seemingly no reason. So we're actually going to have to do this slightly differently.
Let's go.
So we're just gonna pass, pass, fearless, royal sword, and dead. But yeah, basically every fight from here on out is gonna be unscathed triumph, so we're always getting bonus experience.
Which, ironically enough, I think is going to contribute to us being strong enough to be getting unscathed triumphs.
Sorry?
It's funny that for playing a fight perfectly, you get more experience
Yeah,
because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah.
pretty much that.
Getting more experience makes you stronger, makes the fights perfect, makes you continue to get more experience,
Yeah.
makes you stronger.
Alright.
For a set of ears, he's not very good at hearing you run around in circles right next to him.
Okay, that was close. That guy almost caught me.
Yeah, yeah.
Where did this guy come from? I don't think I was slow. I might have been fast, and that's why the cycle was like that. So I have to wait for this guy here. This one's a little bit annoying because this one's kind of tight. Because you have to go into like that very small corner there where the guy can't hit you.
I'll use what I must.
So yeah, same strat for this one.
Let's do this together. Great job, Judah. Now they're
Just give me this one. That helps. Much thanks.
Gonna use Hero's Cry to get some extra turns here and then just kill the guy.
I love this path.
let's work together.
Also, you might notice that I always go one extra down whenever I use Royal Sword on MC. That is to make sure that I use MP with a different character. Just for like MP management overall. Okay, so this next one, there's a chance that he might have a damage range, but I've not actually seen it happen. But might be a thing, who knows?
Ready?
If we figure it out, it's gonna be a marathon run. Am I right?
A favor, if I may.
Let's have a look.
Do this together. Great job, Judah. Now they're weak to you.
Alright, we're charging. Pass.
Face me.
Bigger. Pass Peerless. This needs to deal 10k. Yep. But yeah, as you can see,
That'll do.
that weapon
Random
is...
drop Infernal Rod. Oh, not random
That's
drop?
guaranteed.
That's guaranteed, okay, okay.
That is also why we wait until later with the last tower. Because like I said, physical doesn't help us there, and that Inferno Rod is incredibly strong. But yeah, basically everything from now on is going to be a one turn, except for one boss. We're effectively never going to get hit anymore, unless I mess up, or miss or something. And everything's going to be unscathed triumph, and everything's kind of scripted as well. So unless we miss, or I get damage roll, like I said, which I think are a thing on some of these, but I haven't actually noticed them. We should be fine. Should be smooth sailing. It takes forever until you can skip that cutscene.
What now?
Okay, so we have to equip Gunner here. To make the next section a little bit less painful. But yeah, effectively what happens in this area of the game is the thoughts of the people are basically preventing us from going to Lewis because we have no support, and we're trying to gain our popularity back to have enough people like supporting us to be able to push through and actually make it to Lewis. And this room is the reason why I equipped Gunner. you see these red crystals. Or, well, you saw one just earlier. You need to kill all of these crystals in this room in order to progress, and it is much easier to do that with Gunner.
I think we're using the finisher noodles and then shooting them from range. Yeah, that was
Yep.
So even, in fact, it might be, but I was gonna say even if our gunner is level 1.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Is it level 1?
It was not level 1, but it was very low level. Okay, snipe that through the guy. Perfect. Gonna have to use another noodle here. I'm missing so many items somehow that the noodle position is really awkward. Like every time I press twice to the right, I also have to press like 3 times up or something to reach the noodles. But that is always going to be random in every single run because it depends on like what random drops you get, how many times you have to heal, etc. Yeah, we're going back to Prince here.
Ready?
And same thing for this guy, except because this guy has an innate weakness for Pierce, I can just sneak in a free royal sword here,
Don't let up now.
just to make sure there's no damage ranges.
Nice hit.
Oh, we even crit. Not that it matters. And pass Peerless. Yeah, it would have been enough. Straight up 10k.
Okay. Feels like I'm making progress.
Feels like I'm making progress.
Are you?
Who's the voice actor on this?
I have no idea. This is the first, like, this run in DSA is the first time that I've actually played with English voice acting.
We did have that poll open at the beginning of part 1 about whether or not we're playing English with JP.
Well,
Oh my god, can you imagine Japanese in a Scottish accent?
That poll is actually back open for part 2 as well, but English is still significantly out in the lead.
yeah, I mean, I figured.
Can I get numbers on that?
Absolutely. Well done.
All right, left side. This room is a bit funky.
English is winning at $606.50 versus Japanese at $317.
Yeah, I don't think we're changing to
Yeah, I
Japanese
don't think-
anytime
I
soon,
don't think we're changing. We're doubled up there.
unless someone just drops a big one.
I mean, credit where credit's due, the incentive alone is made over $900. Not the incentive, the poll. It's too late. Too late in the night, man.
All right, some big enemies coming up here. 1,300 experience just for poking that guy. All right, so this thing is kind of weird. Whenever you open doors, you don't actually go through them, but you teleport behind you. So it's a little bit of a pseudo maze. But obviously, if you know where to go, it's not that big of a deal.
Right there.
Oh, don't teleport! Don't teleport!
See the enemy.
I have never known such heights.
God bless.
Right there.
Everything has its use.
All right, perfect. We got through here with only one.
Herald's Banner?
Sorry?
Herald's Banner? What is that?
It's an accessory that gives you 10% damage if you're in front row.
Sure. Were we expecting to get that? That's not. We're
It's
not.
a random drop, and it's useless because it's the same slot as the utilitarian manuals.
Okay, but
We're
we're not
not-
gonna like.
We're not
accidentally equip
unequipping
it.
those.
What now? There they are.
We are not unequipping utilitarian manuals because it's just way too good, and it makes the turn order actually work.
Anytime I just see like us picking up some piece of equipment, I'm like bunching though.
Hang on. I have a couple more fruit cordials, and this should be enough for the rest. I like how it says before next boss in my notes, but actually whatever I had to do there, I had removed a long time ago.
A wise choice.
Moving back. Come on.
Alright, this guy is also innately weak to Pierce, so we can get a free Royal Sword in here. On this one, we actually have to use it because otherwise we do not have enough damage. Because this guy has 12,000 HP for whatever reason.
Then we had 11,943, so the Mania would have needed to have done 57. I don't think it did. I think we would have missed by like 20.
Yeah,
That was
but
tight.
it's still... how do I keep pressing this?
Your hands weren't even near the keyboard, surely.
Okay. And I disabled the thing on the controller. But I don't know, sometimes it still happens whenever I press the touchpad. Like a weird spot. But yeah, anyways, we finished both rooms on this path, so now we're actually free to go up here. We gained back enough support. You can see they're all supporting us again. And they finally believe that we're the real king, real prince, whatever. And we're not some monstrosity as Lewis makes it out to be. Alright, can I please skip this cutscene? Why does it take forever every time? There we go. Alright, I should have enough MP. Yeah, I do have enough MP indeed. Basilio should also have enough MP. The next fight is very fast, very straightforward, and it's a guy we've seen in part 1 already. In fact, it's a guy we've fought in part 1 already.
Be careful.
This guy, Zorba, Lou's biggest fan.
This is why he fought for Louise so desperately.
Alright. Pretty straight up fight. Unfortunately, if you kill this guy with Royal Sword, the animation lingers for like 10 seconds. Until something actually happens. It's a little bit annoying, but it's still the fastest way to kill him.
Yeah, that feels nice.
Alright. That is the quote-unquote final dungeon done. And now we have one dragon left, and then we got a little bit of sleeping left.
I've got a lot of it sleeping in me right now, let me tell you.
Well, 40-ish minutes
40-ish minutes.
until we're done.
15 underestimate, call it. 3 hours. Do you think you've got a sub 3 in you here?
Perhaps.
What's your PB?
My PB?
Your PB?
7 hours.
I beg your pardon?
I didn't actually do a full run after I rerouted.
Your reroute took 35 minutes off of your submitted estimate?
Yeah, so my PB is my first run, and I didn't actually do another run afterwards. I only routed the game and practiced, but I didn't actually do a full run.
Long RPG players be like,
Neviutz.
Also, we're avoiding another bad ending here. We could have joined Lewis in his adventures, but we don't want that. Yes.
Am I catching that right, that this is your second ever run?
That is what? Sorry?
Am I catching that this is your second run? Ever?
Well, if you don't count the
With a timer.
practice 4 runs.
Oh, is this your second run?
Yeah.
The day of the hero.
I can't even slag him off for that because I did the exact same thing for Legends. Classic RPG boys.
Yep. All right. This is the magic part. We're gonna.
I thought mid game was the magic part.
What now?
Hey. Hey. We have friends now. Hey. What we do? Oh, we have wizard. Never mind. This is the magic part.
Yep. We're getting wizard leveled up here.
It's very odd to me that this is on MC.
Good. I'm still getting stronger.
All right.
And then we're learning Elemental Master.
I found new power.
I wasn't supposed to equip that, but whatever.
Behold.
Pardon?
What now?
That
A little messy. Alright, we're inheriting this, and this, and this. And then we're also inheriting this, and this. Okay, we have to go to Altabury. Oh, that was an accident. That was a little bit of turbo shenanigans. Alright, we're supposed to go to the Upper Blue Sky Bridge. I'm actually surprised we're getting like 110 FPS in this area. Because this one's also notorious for being very bad when it comes to FPS. Alright, we got the last dragon quest.
Let's go.
We're gonna head over to the tower. And yeah, the reason why this dragon is annoying and physical doesn't really do a whole lot for us here is because this dragon is fully immune to physical, which means we cannot use Mania Bullet to create a weakness to
What to pick?
Pierce slash for Basilio. Therefore, we have to work around it. Physical uses a way that uses a darkness move from the Prince archetype, but unfortunately we don't have any strength, so it does no damage.
Okay then.
Alright, this tower is actually deceivingly hard because we're not killing anything, so I have to make use of not looking at the enemies in some of these areas to make sure that I don't get attacked by them. Or more importantly, make sure I don't actually get hit. Oh, whoopsie. Where am I?
Oh, Nev. Got it on the fly. There we go. Good recovery.
Yeah, I was just on autopilot. But yeah, these rooms especially are bad. But luckily we made it past this one. The next one is also very annoying. I have to run all the way at the outer edge here. Because this guy down there is a demon. But yeah, so the reason why we're not killing anything in here and why we went here in normal weather is because it doesn't actually matter anymore EXP-wise. Because we're not reaching a threshold where we will be doing more damage on the final boss by being higher level. So therefore I'm just running through, saving the time, saving the noodles, and all that kind of stuff.
We got this.
Also, this is another don't skip situation.
I did see the note after Cyclops, yes. I've been prepared the entire time.
And yeah, this guy is
Why did I just watch this man be absolutely double cheeked up?
This guy is so weak that you literally don't even have to set up anything.
Skip Peerless, yep, don't skip.
Yep. Alright, not skipping, not skipping, not skipping, not skipping.
Shall we away?
Alright, no walk of shame. Perfect. Alright, now we're going for the magic stuff.
What now?
We're getting Elemental Master, and then Heismay gets Mage. And Juna gets Masked Dancer. Our party is gonna be this guy out, this in. Heismay obviously gets Mage because we have the equivalent to Heat Up. We have Magic Circle, which lets us deal more damage to more of the same archetype we have. And yeah, the downside of this one is we don't have Prince anymore, so we don't have the 4 extra turns, but we can make it work regardless. We don't even have to go into the back row because it doesn't matter. Because this guy will never deal any damage to us.
I shall show you what true magic is.
As long as we do these exact inputs, he will not actually attack us. He will have a fixed first turn pattern, which is Miasma into all reset into double Draconic. Or, well, Dragon's Wrath, same thing.
I'm all prepared. I stand ready.
And this is the part where we use our last enchanted pottage that we made. And goodbye.
This is the one at the top, so we can skip. Fail.
Sorry, say again?
This is the one at the top of the tower, so we can skip this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, now we have
Bosh.
we've enabled the Bermuda Triangle, and now we can go to the final trial. And eventually I can skip out of this. So Hulkenberg out, Basilio in.
Behold, I walk a royal path.
I messed that up, unfortunately. Heismay was supposed to get Warrior first, so he gets this armor. And then June gets Gunner.
When I... Hey, okay then.
Alright. That is it for the last tower.
Oh my, I've just read the notes, man.
You guys are in for a treat.
I think Majestic Melville can play this segment. I think Majestic Melville can play this segment.
It probably could.
The voice in my head is telling me that he will call him down, but this is me calling Majestic Melville down to play this segment if he so wishes.
Nah, I'll just do it. Just to make sure.
Majestic Melville, 6'5". The runner is requesting your presence.
Majestic Melville, 6'5" is and the most insane thing I've heard this entire bloody event. Hello. On this side, brother. I think we're gonna do potentially your favorite thing.
Sleeping.
Can we get a microphone?
John Fundraising is on it.
You can sit down. There's a microphone.
You have to sit between us.
No. Pull it over. Hello, Majestic Melville. We're gonna go to sleep for like a month.
Alright, so
Hello.
this is the reason why I had to grab the safe room before the dragon boss earlier.
Hello, John Cameraman.
Because we will actually have to go back there.
Where to?
Because the final trial of the dragon is actually where we fought the dragon initially.
Thank you, Jonathan Camera.
Thank you, John Production.
Added my phone in
Ready?
here.
I've realised that I brought you over. We still have like an entire boss fight. But if you look at this segment, it says sleep till end of month. That happens one day at a time.
Yes.
Alright. Pretty straightforward fight again, like all the other ones. We're just setting up and then deleting the guy. Getting some extra turns in here.
I've realised that.
Creating a weakness.
Oh no, it's fine.
Now they're weak to something new.
You want to know what's even funnier about that? Is I know what that's like because I just finished Persona 4 and I did the same thing. I got to like the last.
I have
bit of
no
the
idea.
game and
I
just
have no
slept.
idea what the hell I just pressed, but we'll just take it.
I think
guess.
you used like the fire item. You did like
No,
a
I used an almighty item, but I wasn't supposed to actually do that. But because I crit, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Chat, can somebody tell us what item Neviutz just uses?
I used Dragon's Breath, I think.
Don't worry, the good people at home will tell us.
I think you got a Dragon's Breath from the previous boss.
Oh,
So
I
it
don't
may
need.
have
I don't need that item. That's
Yeah,
not the
yeah, yeah. But
problem.
I think like if you just got it, it might have been at the top of your item list, and you were. You know what? I don't know what you did. I'm just cooking.
No, I just went to a place in the item list that I shouldn't even have gone to, and I just pressed the button for no reason. But yeah. So TLDR, Elegy of Souls. Basically a copy of us. We're fighting ourselves, and then we win, and we get a badass sword that has like +5 all stats or something. Lots of actual damage, and we're just
22 days remain.
22 days remain, let me tell you.
Yeah, we're
what we're
sleeping.
gonna do for 21
We're sleeping
of them.
for 21 days. We're pinching the controller, holding circle, and then we're walking up the stairs, going in here, and sleeping.
Yeah. Did that say you have repeatable quests?
Uh,
Because I know one
completed
quest.
quest.
Oh, completed
What
quest.
should I...
We turn around and then we sleep again, and we do this for the next 21 days. I am so sorry that anybody has to watch this bit of the run, but unfortunately it is part of the run, and we can't advance more than 1 day at a time, which I really wish was a thing by now. But yeah, this is probably gonna take like 15-ish minutes,
Oh,
maybe 20.
God. I didn't realize what I volunteered you for.
Shall we?
That's the downside of finishing everything right away.
Is this better or worse than Arc?
This is better what?
Or worse than Arc in 9 where you just hold X on VV?
I don't know. I wasn't actually... Ark was actually the one fight where I wasn't there. I think I was asleep for that.
Asleep in
And,
tech.
Yeah, I was asleep at tech for that.
Technically, you're asleep here as well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be VV only. You can't use magic, so you equip auto potion, hold X on attack, and just go through like 99 potions and melee a ship for 20 minutes.
I'm looking so forward to that fight on Friday, because that's when I hand the controller to somebody reliable, stand up and leave.
How many hours in is that going to be?
Yes.
A few.
No, I mean, like, what time roughly is that going to be?
That will genuinely depend on the people at home because of all the wacky
Okay,
incentives.
give me like a time frame within 4 hours.
You know what? I'll do you
10.
one better. I'm going to go to youtube.com and type in. You can follow me at home chat, right? As soon as it loads on this garbage internet, apparently. ESA. No, I don't want to make you my default browser. Go away. ESA Legends. FF9.
Imagine he clicks on the wrong part. I think it's at like 10 hours 28.
I'm seeing it looks like it's about 11 hours. I'll tell you right after this advert. Because apparently ad blockers
On.
So wait, 11 hours, you're going to ask someone to come up and just spam X for how long?
No. You don't even need to spam. You can just hold.
Turbo.
You're not going to call me
Same.
from the back of the room for that
never
as well,
mind.
are you?
Oh, never mind. I mean, you can.
Do you
have
want to
it
go to
for-
sleep a couple times?
Give me a time.
I'm working on it. At the start of the part 2 video is already in the fight. And it was about 11 hours.
Oh yeah, so you pinch these together,
We need to go.
hold circle to go to enter the thing, and then you just walk up. Hold this, walk in, sleep, and then you kind of hold like down-ish.
I can confirm the arc starts at 10 hours and 46 minutes.
Oh, God.
Night.
The
You
pressure.
have to hold circle.
Oh, hold circle.
Circle is confirmed.
So together.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king.
Yeah, except for the part where you run up the stairs, you just want to hold circle.
Okay.
You have to skip some stuff. Hold circle.
Y'all want anything? Y'all want water?
That means
Oh, it didn't
Okay.
hold down.
No, just walk up.
Walk up the stairs. Forward.
Oh,
Bed. Sleep. And
And
then
now you just hold
yeah,
down.
and now you
like,
hold down because you're gonna wake up and you're gonna hold
Yeah,
down back
for,
into the bed.
for like the nighttime activity, that's where you hold down.
what should
down
I
in a circle.
Good night.
Yeah,
And
just keep holding circle.
Yeah, and then together.
The only time you let go of circle is when you go up the stairs
See the
initially.
crowning of a new king. 16 days remain.
I'm going to nail it this time.
I'll coach. Together. In. Upstairs. Forward.
Now you can hold
forward.
circle again.
Oh, quick run back. Almost down level. On the next one.
Next one, you got it.
Next one, you'll be able to go to sleep correctly. This is down in bed.
Neviutz,
Yes.
on our previous conversation of where were you during arc, I can actually tell you exactly where you were. You were 2 spots along the couch from me, upside down.
Really?
Yes.
So that must have been just when I woke up or something.
This is the position of all time that I'm looking at, not gonna lie.
I can imagine.
Weren't we playing cards?
Yes, after the fight started. However,
All right, you got this. Remember, hold forward, forward, forward.
he's
Circle,
not wrong.
And now down. Okay. Okay, I guess it's down right if you come from that angle.
Yeah.
And now it's down. Hold down.
I am super ready for this now.
What should
We're
I
locked in. We're locked in.
Okay.
This is peak gaming. This is peak gaming.
The day of the hero draws near.
We made this a 3-player co-op.
Crowning of a new king.
The first of its
14
kind.
days remain.
I've now technically run something at ESA. Does it count?
Yeah.
All right.
You just need to find Augie to baptize you with the Battle for Hogwarts run.
That's never going to happen.
That will happen.
No, hold down. Down, down, down.
Oh, sorry. Wrong order.
one activity ahead.
The day of the hero draws near. Which shall
But yeah,
see
folks
the
at home,
crowning
I guess you can imagine this isn't
13 days remain.
the most exciting part of the run, but it has to be done. Otherwise, we're not gonna get to the end of the run.
What's funny about this is I've had this installed on my PlayStation 5 for about a month now, and I've been waiting for the time to play it, and technically the first time I played Metaphor is here.
Perfect.
How are you enjoying the gameplay so far? I think you're gonna go home and never touch it ever again.
No,
Your-
play
your-
it.
Your first time of playing this game is like 20 minutes from the end of it.
Down.
What should I?
The day of the hero draws
Hey,
near.
I mean, he's gonna play it anyways, right? Like, even though you know everything
I
already.
was always going to play it.
Yeah,
I
it's
ha-
still worth it.
I have a picture here, Nev. You aren't even upside down on a couch. You're upside down on a box. Because I'm decently confident. Yeah, that's me. I think that's you behind.
That's
Fizzy,
probably me in the back.
'cause that's
down,
game
down, down.
4.
Yeah, so it's like you go up the stairs, forward,
Forward,
and then down.
then down,
And now you hold down.
and slightly right.
Now you hold down. Yeah, slightly right.
What should I?
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a new king. 11 days remain.
Just 10 more days.
10 more days of ESA? What?
10 more days until
Crowning of the new king at ESA live
Yep.
on twitch.tv.
Yep.
We have
I
to.
mean, we've already put somebody through a table this evening. I'm sure we can crown somebody.
Right, forward, forward.
Oh.
Down
Forward.
right.
There is a crown.
There is a
Okay.
crown. Actually, hold on.
Little 360, you know. Okay, we're getting the crown apparently.
What should I?
God knows if we are. Who knows where that is?
He's just walked away. He's gone to the other side of the
The
room,
day
and
of the hero
thinking if there's a crown, we're going to see it.
shall see the
Thank you for
crowning
going down there. Oh, turn around, turn
10
around.
days
My bottle's in
remain.
there. Can you grab it, please? Thank you. Second from the right, down low, 3 deep. There we go. Thank you very much.
If there's one thing we've learned today is that when Star needs something, he's going to call someone from the back of the room.
Yep.
He was at the front of the room.
Okay.
I'll allow it. Down right, down right.
Easy for me.
I think the real question though is how are we actually looking on the schedule? My fellow
well,
members
The
at
day of
Tech.
the hero
John's
draws
schedule is
near,
right here.
which shall see the
Tech, don't
crowning of
worry.
a new king. 9 days
I'm going to guess there's a
remain.
crown on my head.
There might be a crown on your head.
I'm trying to focus on controller angles here, bud.
Skill issue. I'm sorry, that was rude.
I'm sorry, Nevi, it's fuel.
Please don't pick me up again.
All right, forward, forward, forward.
3:35 a.m. selfie time.
Ah!
Down right.
We can blame Star for taking selfies of me for doing that. Distracted me. If I kill the run because you're taking a selfie,
It was me that took the selfie.
Okay, we can fix that.
What is Tech saying?
We're 20 minutes late.
That's not our fault.
I think John's
We'll
scheduling
we'll
put
fix
us
that,
20
don't
minutes
worry.
behind.
John's schedule's on it. The next run is due to start in exactly 30 minutes.
I'm pretty sure the schedule running late had something to do with a 4-player setup earlier in the night that might have caused chaos.
Remember, forward
Wait.
forward.
and then down right. Okay, and now down. And if you want to be super optimal, after he turns, you start going like down right-ish.
What should I?
Okay, that was perfect.
I
And
want.
then you forgot to hold circle.
Then. Fine.
Wait,
It's all good. I will get a perfect cycle before 26.
it's my birthday.
You have
oh,
6
wait,
more
no, no, wait,
days.
there was a day late.
6 days.
Well, actually 5. Because on the 26th, we're doing all the stuff.
Yeah, don't sleep one extra.
You can't. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Close enough, close enough.
John's schedule's locked in.
Remember, down?
We're good.
Down and slightly right.
Yeah.
What should I?
Okay.
The day
Ready
of
to
the
run the
hero
game.
draws near, which shall see the crowning
I mean,
of
like,
a
you
king.
already know,
6
like,
days
20%
remain.
of the game.
Yeah. You already know 20 minutes of the run. Remember pinch? Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
like,
didn't forget.
like he's learned the tech, right? He's memorized the pattern, so he can do this in the other segments
Forward.
the exact same as well.
Down right.
I need to press right a little bit sooner.
Give
Down.
him,
Down right
Yeah.
again. Right.
Oh, it's-
Right.
No, no, down and then right, because you have to turn first. If you turn to the right, you're going to talk to Basilio. That's why you can't hold down right. You have to hold down first and then turn right.
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to let the runner teach me what to do.
What does he know? What does he know?
5 days.
I did this before, you know. He didn't do this. I did.
Did you?
For a bit.
Well, you did it in a different inn.
Hush now.
What this means is we can have a nice competition of who did it
All right,
best.
forward, forward.
I know, don't worry.
Down right.
You did it more. I did it first.
Hey, you
Yeah.
got to call on the big guns when you're.
What should I?
Chat, who has been your favourite metaphor runner at this event?
The day of the hero
At this
draws
pace,
near,
Slice
we shall
Sonic.
see the crowning of a new king.
Let's be honest. If you pick anyone other than Nev, then it is a huge miscarriage of justice. Let's be honest.
But at the same time, Melville, you have held that controller long enough that this does actually count as your first ESA run.
I do also technically have a crown on my head.
No, it's not technically, you just have a crown in your head.
All right, forward. Down right.
This has been longer than
All right, you have one more chance.
like you've been playing this for longer than some
What should I
like NES runner in a block of 24 games playing Vampire Carrot Adventure for 17 minutes. You know.
The day of the hero draws near.
Do you have any idea how many Super Mario Brothers runs you could have done in this time?
3 days remain.
A few.
3.
I knew Star would have a number.
I mean, like,
That-
yeah, 3.
That requires me to be good at Super Mario Brothers. Let's be clear.
2.5.
All right. Forward. Down right.
What should I?
All right.
Good night.
Well played, well played.
Thank
Insane
you.
gameplay.
I'm so thrilled to be a part of
The day
this.
the hero draws near,
I've got to
we
leave this
shall
crown on
see
now,
the
don't I?
crowning of a new king.
The flags
mean,
are becoming.
I
a
can't
bit-
force you to. The crowd might kick up about it,
The flags are becoming a bit overwhelming for you, Neviutz.
unless you wish to bestow your crown to someone
Sorry?
else.
The
I hear.
flags are becoming a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
I could throw it at you.
Dev, how many days are we away from proclaiming our new king?
2.
Okay, in 2 days, Melville, you get to proclaim our new king. You could keep it for yourself though, but there might be anarchy in the kingdom.
I'm sorry, did you just mess it up?
I accidentally
Did you?
pressed. Okay, okay.
No.
Listen, listen.
Hand it back.
I have to go on a rant here. You cannot unbind the log button, which is the thing that I accidentally pressed. So if you press in L3, you open the log menu of like all the messages, and you cannot unbind that.
Cope.
Which I think is stupid.
Cope.
The day of the hero draws near.
That's
We
cope.
shall see
That's
the
fine.
Alright.
crowning of a new king. One day remains.
One day remains. This is where all the things are happening now.
Well, you can technically bestow the kingship upon anybody. It doesn't need to be anybody sitting next to you. What a threatening individual to turn round to the crowd as if like, who am I picking?
All right, off to the Tyrant Star we go, where Lewis is hiding.
Wait.
Threatening individual. With this thing on my head, are you serious?
Oh, I see what Star means. I see what Star means about the flags now.
Yeah. We're closing in.
We're closing.
We're advancing on territory.
Hello and welcome to ASA Scotland. We are your hosts.
F554.
We are.
Ready?
It does bring me.
All right, this is the actual final dungeon, but we're not really doing anything here. So,
Thanks, man. That's making me feel great right now. Thank you for showing that to me.
If I speak, I'm in horrendous trouble.
so what happens in this is technically you would be refighting all of the previous humans that you fought, but we're not doing that. Or well, rather, I should say, if you refight all of the humans that you fought before, then Lewis will be weaker. But they kind of messed up how it works. So if you just fight one of the humans, Lewis will still have like 18 turns, but he will lose half of his HP. So since he's never going to get to turn, we're just going to kill one of the humans and make sure he loses half of his HP. Because the turns don't matter if he never gets a turn. If you don't kill a single of the humans here, then he will have 80,000 HP and 8 turns. And you're not really winning that.
So he's going to be having 40,000 HP. I expected us to be able to do one-shots on mobs with like maybe 20,000 HP, right? Because we were hitting like 14k and like 6k with Peerless and the other attack that we were using, Smile.
Yeah, don't
How are
worry.
we pulling the numbers out the bag? Are we getting some food or?
Neviutz. Do
Sorry,
I have
what?
time for a donation?
Yeah, I'm just gonna refight this thing, and it's gonna be pretty straightforward. So go ahead.
Okay,
Even if I do mess it up, we will still win because it's the same one that always casted buff, debuff, whatever.
Okay, you'll have to work with me with this one here. We have $25 from Turkey, and I don't know if that means the animal or the
People see
country.
you.
So we could be talking about a full bird or the east of Europe,
Okay.
which is I just catched Groundhog Day here on TV in my country. Okay, it is actually Turkey, right? And I'm wondering, are there any more movies with this repeating the same day theme? Not as good as Groundhog Day for sure, but give me some suggestions. So, runners, and a new king has been bestowed.
We've
Hello.
bestowed a new king, and I've now insisted that he stand behind me as my successor for the rest of the run.
Could you not at least give him a throne to sit on?
He's borderline kneeling.
No.
All right, we
You're
did manage
rubbish
to
at
kill the thing.
Would you like a throne? Okay.
Feels like I'm
Okay.
making progress.
This is your throne if you want it.
All right, so another thing about these refights is whenever you kill these humans, you will get insanely strong weapons for each of the archetypes. Depending on which one you kill, you get a different set of weapons. Like for this one, you get 2, none of them of which are useful for us. Basilio wouldn't change his weapon anyways because the synthesis bonus is way too strong to ever replace that. And main character just got a very good sword with a bunch of stats on it anyways, so we also wouldn't be replacing that. And everybody else just does no damage anyway, so the weapons don't matter. But yeah, so this is the final boss gauntlet. And I believe if we if I don't mess up, then we should be able to be 20 minutes under estimate.
Yeah, this is all you. We've done our
Ooh.
bit. Good luck.
All right.
6-minute gauntlet.
We fight for your ideal. I'll give you the
Yeah, it's basically the same setup that you've seen like 20 times before in this run. Just pass, stew, vigor, mania to create weakness, etc.
moving to come on. Good job, Juna. Now they're weak to something new.
Tyson's closing in. I love this.
Let's set it up. Beat him down, Facilio.
Let us get to work.
That helped.
Thanks.
Let's do this together.
Okay. That was pretty good. No misses or anything. The only thing that can really screw us over here is misses.
Guess I mastered it. I'm feeling the new ability.
And if I forgot to get level 20 on Prince, but I'm pretty sure I'm level 20 on Prince.
Oh, you're good, you're good.
I want to hope I'm level 20 on Prince, otherwise we have a problem. Because there is a solo main character fight now, for which I need the level 20 ability. And I think I might not actually be level 20 on Prince. So, see what happens. I'm actually very certain that I'm not level 20.
You can't.
I can't believe I did this again.
Reality.
Yeah, I don't have it.
On the fly, Nev, you got it.
Royal soul. I won't hold back.
So ideally this guy would just die in 3 turns, but since I am missing something, that's not happening. I don't actually know what he's gonna do.
Let's go.
But I'm just gonna hope that I am not gonna die here.
This is for your sake.
That won't kill you. Yeah, does that.
Falling back.
I can't believe I did this again!
Tough one.
that.
I mean, he can't kill us, but...
This is just time loss, right? You're not dead.
Yeah, it's just time loss.
Do you need level 20 in the subsequent fight?
I mean, I can do it after this, but I
Okay.
can't do it here, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I have no choice.
That wasn't horrendous. Yeah.
That was so bad. That lost like 40 seconds or something.
Not bad at all.
But yeah, normally that fight is so free.
What now? I found new power.
All right.
I can't believe I'm that stupid, man. It says it 15 times in my notes, and I still didn't actually...
I'm not gonna lie, when I read that, I was thinking, why are you getting Prince to 20 on multiple characters?
Alright, anyways, this is the only really annoying boss here, because this has like 3 targets. This is the only boss that actually gets a turn, but he, assuming we don't miss, he's not gonna damage us. I have to use synthesis with specific characters to ensure that I will have enough MP for the next fight after. So as long as I don't use the wrong person's synthesis, I will be fine here. Okay, we killed that one. Okay. Didn't miss, that's perfect. Let's see what he does. The first and third turn are always scripted. The second turn is random. If he does Dekaja or Heat Riser, it's annoying.
I think that 6-minute gauntlet ain't happening, Nev.
And yeah, in English, this takes forever because Gallica is talking, and she talks so slow. So this cutscene takes forever. Alright, now we're actually using the Evil Eye Talisman. And yeah. Stew, pass, Mania. and this should kill.
Here I go. About
It did not kill, but this does.
Beat him down, Basilio.
My perfect world!
Okay, just don't miss, just don't miss, just don't miss, just don't miss. Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss.
This is our last chance. We've come this far, right? So we have to end this here and now.
I owe you one. You can take him. There is no fantasy.
Warrior!
Let's do this together. Great job, Juna. Now they're weak to something
Let's
new.
split the bets.
Right in their weak spot.
We'll do this
Beat
together.
him down, Basilio.
Save your distant work.
I knew you'd help me.
Thanks.
I owe you one.
Now for a grand maneuver.
Follow my lead. Has it come to this?
Alright, he's dead. We don't have time quite yet, but that was the final boss. Fortunately, we didn't miss. I just really messed up on the Prince level 20. Somehow I got misled. I saw I got resist also. I was like, oh yeah, I hit level 20. But then I realized, wait, that's not actually how it works, because resist all I think is level 18. But yeah, so in a normal run, we would end the timing on New Game Plus save. But since we're a little bit behind schedule, we'll just end it when the credits start pretty much. Just to help us get back on track.
Thank you, Nev.
So yeah, we'll have to go through a little bit of cutscenes here to actually get towards the credits. Basically what happened is we beat Lewis, we're now the new king, and
1 year has passed
Yep.
since the arrival of the new king.
We have a new king.
we have a new king indeed.
We've had 3 kings in the space of 20 minutes.
And it took them 6 hours to get one.
Well, like, yours just passed. And I don't know if you noticed, 3 weeks passed in about 15 minutes earlier.
Yeah? Alright. We have to enter the cathedral.
Hey?
Go.
Lag reduction strats one last time. As you can see, 80 FPS, we're trying to get higher, 100,
Lovely that.
and then we're losing a bunch of it again.
Say that.
Alright. Time will be coming up soonish, probably like 30 seconds, maybe 40. Maybe less, I don't actually know how long. Because I've never really bothered with ending the run before the credits.
John Technology, get ready on it. Opening.
Ding.
Let's see if you can read that faster than time.
We have an $80 donation from a Ray R2D3
And
who
time.
says,
Nope.
"All hail King Nev."
I think we need to bow to our new king.
Oh well. The second part of this run was actually filled with so many mistakes and so many unlucky things.
And yeah, we are under.
But yeah, so like, if you actually time it until the end, this would be like a 258-ish.
As a 258.
Sorry, 308. 308. So 308 and what was it?
It was
311.
311. Yeah.
Yeah, so 319. 619.
619 or 625.
John scheduling.
Oh, 619.
Hello.
This should actually be an all hail King Nev. He has perfectly put us back on schedule.
Amen to King Nev. I believe 4:04 a.m. We are going over to Skylanders.
It's Skylanders, Spyro's
Spyro's
Adventure up next. And just to make people aware, just while I've got their attention, thanks Melville. There are 6 character names open for that as $10 rewards. And I do notice that none of them have been claimed. So feel free to snipe them now while you have a short intermission. I have been told that they can be changed throughout the game, but maximize your time with that. So, trouble.
If it's okay, I would like to take a minute just to say
Go ahead,
something.
big man.
Of course.
Yeah, so first of all, thanks everyone at home, and thanks everyone in the audience for watching this at very late in the morning, late in the night. Thanks to my 2 co-op runners.
Co-op players,
Yep.
not commentators.
Much appreciated. And yeah, I think this run was pretty solid for a marathon run. A little bit of unlucky things or not. It's a great game. If you haven't played it, definitely do so. If you like speedrunning RPGs and you're looking for your next run, I can only recommend this. The run is great. So many different things. 2 working routes, although one is a little bit faster than the other one. But yeah. Also, if you have questions about the run or anything, just join the Discord and don't hesitate to ask. And yeah, and thanks again, ESA, for letting me run this. It's been a while since I actually ran anything that wasn't at Legends.
Congratulations on your segmented PB.
Yeah, except I can't submit it because it's split in 2.
That's why it's segmented.
Yeah.
How would the 619 place? Do you know?
Sorry?
How would the 619 place?
Like 3rd or 4th.
For real? By the power of Google.
But yeah,
and speedrun.com.
While Mizzo searches that, next up will be Skylanders. I hope you guys will enjoy that as well. And that's it for me, pretty much. We're just waiting for Mizzo to figure out the placement. And
what was the time? A 619?
True ending 619.
True ending.
But there's only one.
Oh yes, the only category is true ending hard mode on PC. Congratulations. Nobody runs anything else. It would be a comfortable 4th place.
Amen to that.
Not that great, but...
One final donation then. We have $11 from Anonymous. No message, but all hail King Nev.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Let us hop over. Skylanders up next.
Skylanders.
Thank you, Nev.